Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to the only show on planet Earth dedicated to mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. So if that is what you are, if that is what you are into, or if that is what you aspire to be, or just want to hang out with us today in this stream amongst other like-minded, free-thinking individuals like yourself, but you're not yet a subscriber, insert deep breath here. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos or live streams. And fingers crossed, YouTube will serve that up to you when these things do go live. Fingers crossed. Today, I'm going to be answering your mobile creator and mobile YouTuber questions. For that, as you may already know, there's a link down in the description below. Please put your question down there. First come, first serve. It's going to help me keep everything nice and tidy in the chat, because if you've been here before, you know this chat gets moving kind of fast, and it's hard for me to keep track of everything. So if you want a better chance, if you want to improve the odds of me actually getting to your question, please go down and drop that right there. Let me turn my song down here. All right, I'm going to jump into the chat 1 second here. Yeah, Doug says D is amped. Yeah, so D has had a lot of coffee. D's ready to go, and it's going to be a great stream. We're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to talk about some YouTube changes, some mobile YouTube changes that Doug and I were talking about on Twitter. I think Josephine DeSmet was in on that as well. But before I do any of that, I want to thank the fine folks over at TubeBuddy for sponsoring today's show and making it all possible. And look, in case you're living on another planet and you don't have TubeBuddy, in case there's one person out there in the chat who doesn't have TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. This is a tool that you absolutely need to have. I've got a link down in the description below. Download that for free on your iPhone, on your Android. Put it in your favorite desktop browser as a plugin. Check it out. Learn how to use it. And thank me for it later. Fantastic app. Okay, I'm going to jump into the chat now. What's up, Walter's World? How you doing? Costume CO, Jason James, holding it down in the snow in Georgia. Simply Made Tay, how's it going? Lies ahead. How's it going? Chicken in the basement. Photo Finn. Photo Finn is 14 years old and he's drinking coffee already. So can we get a hashtag coffee for Photo Finn, who's 14, drinking coffee? I love that. I can't, you know what? A true story. I didn't start. Hey, Grabster, what's up, brother? I didn't start drinking coffee till like my mid-30s. And I have Nick to blame for this, actually. So Nick, I know. So Nick and the gang you're watching right now from Starbucks up here in Chiang Mai, probably hanging out with, I'm going to guess it's Dale. What's up, Dale? Donnell. What's up, Donnell? And what's up, Nick? Hope you guys are doing well, holding it down, drinking more coffee in Starbucks. Coffee, yeah, that's right. D in his 15th cup of Joe. It's one of those nights. I've had a fantastic day. It's been an awesome day. It's been an awesome week. I'm just stoked to be here. Came in, guns a-blazing here. My Streamlabs isn't working perfectly. As you notice, my transition didn't work, and I'm having some scene problems, so I'm going to be fixing stuff on the fly. So hopefully that's going to work out. So let me see, Timber Hill, Redbone, Tim Yancey, Matt Fails, how's it going? Hey, look, Nick's in the channel, what's up? Matt Game Man, of course, Grabster, Yum Food, Taper John, UCap Gamer, Torty YT, Scully's House of Thrillers, Paul Peck, Drywall Tube, congratulations on 100,000 views video. Thank you, Paul Peck. That wasn't my first one. My largest one is like 300,000, but I got YouTube notified me today and said, hey, this video just hit 100,000 subscribers, you should share this out. So that's what I did. Hey, the Predictor, how's it going? The Freedom Hustler, what is going on? Sweeney Dunstan Gaming, BLT Gamers, and I know the gamers are all here. Let's just get this out of the way because it has to happen on every single stream. Gamers represent, drop a hashtag gamers. Let me know you are a gamer. I know you're out there, and it helps me kind of keep an eye on who's doing what out there. Fire Rod, what's up? You're awesome, D. More like Cough D. Yes, yes, yes. Here it comes. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Gamers, gamers, gamers. Yeah, gamers. Love you guys, man. Love the gamers. Okay, so here's the news today. Well, it's not news today, but it's just something that's kind of come to my attention. When YouTube, okay, first of all, how many people used Google+? If you used Google+, you know that's gone. That's on. That's out. That's, you know, greener pastures. That ship has sailed. Google+ is done. What we did not know as creators, or at least I didn't know, what some of you may or may not have known based on the comments that I'm getting on my videos, I think a lot of people didn't know, is that Google+ was connected to the YouTube app. So when they discontinued Google+, That's what stopped us from being able to upload our profile pictures and our channel header art inside of the YouTube app. So those of you who have been leaving comments in my videos, because I think I have 2 or 3 videos where I show you guys how to make channel banner or how to make channel art using, I think, PixArt and maybe Snapseed or Canva, something like that. People are leaving comments like, hey, I can make it, but I can't upload it. It's because I've discontinued Google+, and it pretty much killed the app. YouTube says they're aware of it. They don't know if they can fix it or if they will fix it. But never fear, I have a video coming on this either tomorrow or the day after, but I'm going to show you guys right here, right now, how to actually bypass some of that stuff, because I know a lot of people are leaving comments. So let me switch over to my phone here, and let me walk you guys through just a little bit of that. It's really easy to do, but you no longer do it in the app. You used to be able to go to your profile, go into settings, change your profile picture, change your channel art, upload it there. Now what you can do, let me go here 1 second. So I'm using Chrome for this. I couldn't get this to work in Safari. I'm on my iPhone, so if you're on an Android, if you're on an iPhone, try using Chrome, but I'm going to guess that any browser that allows you to choose desktop mode will work for this. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to go down to the 3 little buttons down there on the bottom. We're going to go to request a desktop site. Once that loads up, you're going to zoom in, and this is probably going to get all nice and clunky here. You're going to tap on your profile picture right up there in the top right. You're going to tap on my channel as it loads up. Once my channel loads up, this is where it starts to get clunky. You got to do a lot of pinching and zooming here. So you want to come in here and you want to go to customize channel. You want to tap on that. What's up, Benji Gamer? And then once that's up there, whoopsie, hold on. There it is. Got the pencil right up there at the top. You can tap on that and you can change things. Now, another way to do it, if you just want to handle your profile picture, you can go into any browser and just type in aboutme.google.com. Aboutme.google.com, and that's going to allow you to change your profile picture by tapping on the pencil there, and you can choose and upload your new profile picture or avatar. So that's what's going on right now. I've got a video coming on this. It's going to walk you through a little more detail. I'll take it a little bit slower. So for those of you who have been bombing me with comments like, hey, it doesn't work, that's how you do it. So I wanted to kick this off. Topic Ruben, what's going on, brother? And RPM Nexus, Matt, nice to see you here. I just want to let you guys know how to get that going. And I want to thank Doug Houston, YT, who is in the chat, rocking the blue wrench, rocking the blue letters, for kind of hipping me to that, because I reached out to YouTube on Twitter, and of course YouTube, Team YouTube, they didn't know what was going on. And Doug said, oh yeah, on the Creator Insider channel, they know what's up. They mentioned this. So thanks, Doug. Appreciate it, brother. All right. Again, link in the description below. Hey, Crypto Cruising Star Lord, how's it going? Tube Techie, how's it going? I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the forum. Those of you who are submitting questions down in the link below, I'm just going to dive right in and get into some of those. Whoa, they're piling up fast. Okay, first one coming in, Blue-Eyed Tech. And by the way, I'm not sure about channel reviews today. I might do a couple as they come in. I mostly just want to do like a Q&A, and we'll pull up channels like, here and there. But I don't want to turn this into like a long marathon of channel reviews tonight. So we'll just keep those questions coming. Okay, this one comes from Blue-Eyed Tech, who's rocking, what do they got there? They got an iPhone. It says, hey, D, I hope your back is feeling better. Thank you. My back is actually, I'm having good days. I'm having bad days. Surprisingly, this chair, it actually doesn't hurt so bad sometimes. It says, I recently made some small changes to the look of my channel, and I would love to get your opinion in a channel review. Okay, I'm not diving into the channel reviews right now, and you didn't tell me what to actually look at. So what I will do is I'll pull your channel up here, and I'll just see if there's anything. I'll see, like, I'll check your channel banner, and I'll see if there's anything that I recognize. But like, if you do send something like, hey, I made some changes, if you say something like that in the forum, let me know what that is so I can look for it, because, it was a playlist, was it titles, was it thumbnails? Did you change your name? Was it your banner? Was it your profile picture? What do we got here? Okay, so Blue-Eyed Tech, I don't know what you changed, brother. I don't remember what you had on here. I like that you got yourself in the profile picture. Blue-Eyed Tech, super clear. Reviews, news, and gaming. Okay, I like that. You got a nitpick on you here. The word blue just gets a little bit lost there in your channel banner because of the blue background inside that orb that you have going on back there. I can't believe I just called that an orb. The circle with the colors, the RGB colors happening in the background, that's getting a little bit lost because the colors are competing there. So you might want to think, I'll tell you what would kind of bright, if you did like a yellow would probably scream off of that, the right shade of yellow. So I think that looks good. I don't know what else you may have changed. Let's see here. AirPods 2019 worth buying. What could go wrong? Resident Evil Part 1. Okay, yeah. So I'm not really sure what you changed, but that's what I've got for you with the channel banner. I'm going to go right back into the form. Move on to the next question here. What's going on here? And again, if you're asking for channel reviews, we might get into those a little bit later. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to, right now in the form here, I'm going to skip over some of these. So if you're like, hey, check out my channel, check out my channel, check out my channel. But if you do say check out your channel, again, just let me know what to check out. Okay, this one's from The Predictor, who says, how do you make a Google form like you? I'm going to make a Q&A video soon. It would be helpful. Okay, so Google has this is free. Google has a service. It's called Google Forms. Just type in Google Forms into Google, and it's going to open up a whole section of Google. You have Google Docs, Google Forms, and you can literally just build this up in segments, one piece after another piece. It's actually really easy to do. You don't really have to follow instructions or anything like that. You just build it up. So Google Forms, and it will take you right to a place where you can actually create a form. Super, super easy to do. Next question. This one comes from PhotoFin. What's up? Coffee drinking PhotoFin at 14 years old. I can't even imagine drinking coffee at 14 years old. Like I was pretty, like Nick was amped up as a kid. Like that dude was like super amped up as a child. But I can't even imagine drinking coffee at 14. Man, you're going to be a mess when you're my age. Okay, it says, I asked this before Nimmin Live, but I wasn't able to be present for the answer. Okay, is it better to niche my channel down really far? I do mostly camera tips and camera tech, but I don't know if it would hurt my channel to do something like mic reviews. What do you think? PhotoFan, I mean, in my opinion, that's still kind of under the same umbrella. Like if you're doing camera tips, camera tech, part of a camera, they've got a hot shoe on them. They take microphones. It depends on how broad you want to take your channel. So, because I know you're just getting started, make a video, test it out, see how your audience responds. Or since you are just getting started, you've got a lot of wiggle room left. So if you want to get into mic reviews, you want to get into look, you're a tech channel, right? I mean, you're a camera channel, but if you want to move more into like cameras and lighting and stuff like that, all of that stuff falls under like the camera / tech type thing. I think that'll be fine with your channel, but test it out, see how your audience responds to it. Make those videos, dude. You're really talented. I think you're going to do them well. So jump in there and do what you want to do. And if your audience doesn't respond to it, then that's going to let you know. All right, I'm going to jump into the chat just a little bit, see what's coming in here. Doug telling Fire Rod to chill. So Fire Rod, chill, brother. Sweeney Dunstan says, man, these kids are starting early on that mud water. 14 years old drinking coffee. I can't believe it. Rabbit Care says they started drinking coffee at 13. I'm curious. Hey, Mia Diva Rodriguez, how are you doing? So those of you who are coffee drinkers, how old were you when you started drinking coffee? Let me know. I was in my mid 30s. Yeah, that was like a long time ago. Yeah, let me know how old you are. For those of you who don't drink coffee, get out of my stream right now. You are not welcome in this stream. If you're totally kidding. There's people who drink coffee, and then there's people who's wrong. Hey, Raid, what's happening? Crypto cruising, of course, man. T. Dude, I would expect nothing less from a gentleman such as yourself. You're Real Estate Whisperer, you hate coffee, and you don't like Star Wars. Yeah, we're going to have a talk, you Real Estate Whisperer. Okay, 16, another tea drinker. I was 17 when I started drinking coffee and still love it. I was 22. Okay, so you guys are starting young. I'm really surprised. I am really surprised. Okay, Walter's World says, logo or personal photo for a profile picture? I just switched, so too soon to get an analytical perspective. Your thoughts? Walter's World, I like to see a creator's face. Like if you're putting yourself in the video, right? If you're in your videos, I want to see that person. I think it's great. Especially if you're friendly looking, like, and you're leaving comments under other people's videos. and I see a face there, you know, I don't know. It just gives me like a more personal connection to the channels. What do you guys think? Would you rather see a logo for a profile picture, or would you rather see somebody's face in a profile picture? Let's see what you guys want. By the way, if you don't show yourself on camera, and this goes to anybody, if you don't show yourself on camera and all you have is your logo, yeah, run with that if it looks okay. But I'm going to guess here that most people are going to want to see a face. It's just more personal. Hey, Uncle Dan, what's up, brother? You know, I think it's that human connection, you know, like we want to connect with other humans, despite the fact that so many of us might be introverts, especially we're on YouTube, we're in the safety of our home or our studios making content, you know, but like we still like that human interaction. So seeing a human face, you know, I don't know, there's just something in my mind that's like, okay, well, that's a real person. When I see a logo or I see nothing, some people don't put anything at all. I'm just like, yeah. Like when somebody leaves a comment, Mia Diva Rodriguez says, if you're as old as me, no face. Hey, Mia, I don't know how old you are, but if you're as old as me, I put my face out there. I put it out. So it looks like overwhelmingly, Roberto Blake is in the house. Is that where's Roberto? Hey, what's up, Roberto? He says, faces set expectations, and sometimes a clip as a thumb set expectations of quality. Man, that is well said. That is really well said. I just like to see it. When I see people leaving comments, and you know, and Roberto, you're probably the same way, and a lot of you are probably the exact same way too. When people can't even like put any picture at all, it's just like the default profile, and they're leaving comments. I'm just like, come on, man. Especially if they're uploading content, I want to see something. But yeah, that face. Hey, Mike Van Doozy, how's it going? Yum Food, what is up? It says, I don't show myself yet on camera, but when I transition to that, I'll change it to a face pic. What do you think? Yeah, I think it's great. If you when you start to show yourself on camera, put your face out there. I think that works. Uncle Dan is here. That's right. Uncle Dan is here with the name change. Another good point from Roberto. If you don't use a face, it's harder to trust them for most people. Yeah, absolutely. You know, so again, it comes back to that human interaction. Like I feel more comfortable when I see an avatar, when I see a profile picture with a face on it. It makes me feel comfortable. And I know a lot of you are probably the same way. Like I'm really big on feelings, and logos. It just feels cold to me when I see a human face, especially if they look friendly, they look fun. I'm like, yeah. I want to read what they say. I want to have a look at what's going on there. All right, I'm going to jump back into the forum. Moving right along, and these are piling up. So if you do have a question, link in the description below for that. Again, first come, first serve. We're going to mow through as many of these as we can. Moving right along to the next one here. Okay, this one comes from Vapor Seed. Says, what apps should I use to make thumbnails? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You just happened to come to the right channel. So if you're interested in making thumbnails with your phone, you didn't say... Actually, you didn't say if you're on an Android or iPhone. You said game console, which is fine. I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now. Give me 1 second. If you're a gamer, I'm dropping a link in there for you right now. And if you're not a gamer and you want to use PixArt available for both Android and iOS, I am dropping another link in the chat right now. Okay, you're an Android. So the one came in here, how to make a pro YouTube thumbnail, that's using PixArt. If you're just getting started with all of this, it can be really overwhelming to especially with something like Photoshop or, on a PC, or if you're looking at PixArt or Pixel Lab, those are really intimidating apps if you don't have any experience with that. But if you're just like literally getting started and you don't know which way to go, I recommend trying Canva. Canva is a free app. I'm going to type it right in here. Oops, see if I can spell it right. Yeah, Canva. You can use Canva. It's a free app that you can download, and it's template-based. Now, they do have paid templates, but they also have a ton of free templates. And there's also canva.com. If you're watching this from a desktop computer or a laptop, you can use canva.com and the same thing. And when you build an account, they can actually sync up, so you can trade off, send files back and forth. The way it works is it's a template-based system, and you use other people's graphics to start with. So instead of looking at a blank canvas, which can be really intimidating until you build up your skills, you start with pre-made templates. You go in, you change the text. You can use their background images, their images, or you can upload your own to replace them. So Canva's really good if you're just getting started. Or if you're not just getting started, it's actually pretty good too. It takes a lot of work out of the whole thing. Hey, Eric, wait, how's it going? Costume CO says, I have paid Canva, just signed up. Oh, interesting. So I still use the free version. I haven't paid for that. But so if you do have skills, I'm going to get off track here. If you do have a little bit of skills, if you feel a little bit more comfortable with what's going on, you can also look at an app like Snapseed. Doesn't give you a ton of layers like PixArt or Pixel Lab does, but it's super, super powerful. And if you want to go all out, you got Pixel Lab and you've got PixArt. Those are my picks for thumbnails. So I'm curious, what are you guys currently using for your thumbnails? I know there's a lot of mobile content creators in here right now. Let me know what app you're using. Go ahead and type it in the chat right now. I'm curious. Yum Food says I've been using, I'm guessing Snapseed. Pixelar is good. Made it with Pixelar. Okay, PixArt. PixelArt. Okay, Raid got you the first time. Snapseed's my jam. That's right, Walter Zero. Pixelad, Snapseed. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. There's so many killer apps out there. Like, who would have thought a decade ago that you would have all of this power, not just with video apps, but just, or with photo apps, but with video apps. Like, you could do all this stuff on your phone. And PixArt, especially Pixel Lab, Snapseed, these apps are so incredible. I giggle sometimes. I'll be at Starbucks just, making something. I just giggle. I'm just like, man, this is incredible. This is just incredible. Yeah, Adobe Spark, that's another good one. Okay, I'm going to jump back into the form. Moving on to the next one. That answered the thumbnail question. Okay, this one comes from Matt Fails 845, who is figuring out and getting equipment to record gaming. So I'm guessing that you're just getting started on your journey. That is fantastic. Okay, it says, are there any alternatives to an Elgato capture card that can help record the Xbox One? You lost me at Xbox One. I don't have an answer for that. For those of you who are wanting to build a PC and you don't want to spend the money on an Elgato capture card, like, the HD 60 Pro or something like that, which is more expensive, you can get the Elgato Cam Link, which is a USB. You just plug that into a USB port and it's got HDMI on the other side. So out of the camera, HDMI into the Elgato Cam Link, and that plugs in to USB. But in terms of Xbox One, I don't have an Xbox One. I don't have any of those consoles, so I unfortunately cannot help you there. If there's anybody that's in the chat right now with an Xbox One who's streaming, can you help him out? He's wanting to get started and he doesn't know what gear to buy. Unfortunately, I don't have any gaming consoles. Raid, can you show me how to crack Photoshop? No, I'm not going to show you how to crack Photoshop. I actually pay for Photoshop. And I understand that not everybody can pay for the stuff that they're using, but I believe in supporting creators. I believe that people who come up with these apps and the software, they're creators just like we're creators. They want to get paid for their creation just like we want to get paid for our creation, despite the fact that it is a company. I want to support that stuff. And I think that when you're buying crack stuff, or you're buying crack stuff, nobody buys crack stuff. When you're downloading stuff and it's cracked, I think I don't know, man. I think that's the wrong way to go. Yeah, Photoshop is $10 a month. No real reason to steal. Yeah, if you've got $10 a month, yeah, I do understand that there are some of you in different parts of the world, $10 might be a lot of money to you. But look at your phone. PixArt, Snapseed, Pixelab, totally free. You can also go online. I'm going to put, there's a website called Photopea that is basically an online version of Photoshop. It's their version of Photoshop, works just like Photoshop. You can open PSD files into it. So Photopea will allow you to do that. But yeah, it's just a bad thing, like, I don't know. We live in a weird world where people think that like you're entitled to free music. You're entitled to get these cracks. Yeah, don't get me started on this. This is a rabbit hole that I don't want to go down because, it gets ugly. All right, moving on to the next question. This one comes from Simply May Tay. Says, I do not know how to make my channel art fit on mobile. I would also like to know if my thumbnails are okay. I have a pretty cohesive look, but I'm not sure if it's effective or not. Okay, I'm not going to be pulling anybody up right now, but in terms of how to make your channel art fit on a mobile, here's what I want. You know what? I'm actually going to Google it. One second. I'm going to find this for you. Let's see here. YouTube header art. template. I have this linked under my video. One second here. I'm going to, okay, so what you want to do is, if you're on Google, just type in YouTube header art template, and that's going to give you a bunch of different templates, but they all serve the same purpose. They're all the same size. And the way this works is you have to build based on the dimensions there. They're going to have a bunch of guidelines. You open that up inside of your photo editing app, and you build on top of that. And the inside view there, hey, how do you pronounce your name? Devada Lane, how are you? Sorry about your name there. And you want to build that on top and around those guidelines. Then when you upload it, then everything is going to work. And you know what? I'm actually going to, I will drop this link in here one second. So Mate, there it is. The link that I just dropped in the chat, go down to the description of this video. The link that just came in, go down to the description, and I'm going to have a link to this template. Download the template, open it up inside of PixArt or Pixelab, whatever it is that you're using to build on top of, and then upload it as is. A lot of people make the mistake of when they build this and they upload it, YouTube actually gives them the option to crop it on the phone. Like, you want to don't. You want this to be full size, and then what happens is it will display it properly with all devices, on a television, on a pad, on a monitor, on a phone. So that's how you do it. Hey, Josephine DeSmet, how's it going? Self-publishing with Dale, what's up, brother? Nice to see you in here. Let's see who else has been creeping in here. Motivation Theory finally made it in. Nice of you to join us, John. Hope you're having an awesome week. Master Jack is here. What's up? Adventure Success. Paulo, what's up, brother? Mia David Rodriguez. Rabbit Care. Man, thank you guys for coming out. All right, I'm going to keep crushing through these questions, so keep them coming. We'll pull up a couple channels here a little bit later, because these are really piling up, and I want to make sure I get all of these out of the way. Okay, here. And I'm not going to be pulling up channels just yet, though. Vap Speed again says, is there an OBS type for the phone? And you have an Android. Okay, so there isn't an OBS for the phone, but Streamlabs. Wait, let me see if you're a gamer or not. Hold on. Okay, you're a gaming channel. Okay, so there's two things that I can recommend for you. One, you can download the Streamlabs app. It is free. That works on your Android phone, and that allows you to broadcast your game up to whatever it is. If you're going to Twitch, if you're going to YouTube or whatever. And you can also download Omelet Arcade. That works too. But in terms of like OBS, where you can see your chat on the screen and you can put images up, you know, like if I want to, you've got this image up here with the chat, or I've got my footer down here at the bottom. If you want to do stuff like this, I recommend using the Streamlabs app. And if you go into the widget area, the widget, you can add images, you can add the chat on the screen, you can get alerts. So if you have a new subscriber, or if somebody leaves you a super chat or something like that, Streamlabs does that. Now, I've been getting comments saying that it's not working perfectly across all devices. So download it, put it in, see if it works for you. If your phone is newer, it should work for you. I haven't had any problems with it. I've tried it on multiple phones, iPhones, different Androids, on Huawei's, on Samsung's. It works fine for me. So I don't know what's happening for people who are having problems with it. Master Jack, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Hey, Josephine. Josephine says, demotivates me. Yeah, well, hey, man, I'm just glad you're here, Josephine. Whatever made you come. Thank you. Matt Vale says, don't forget about the Twitter shares, D. I haven't forgot about the Twitter shares, but I was going to save these a little bit later, but I guess I can go right into them. If you have not shared this out yet on your favorite social media platform, go ahead and share this out right now. Make sure to @me. Make sure to drop a hashtag Nimminati. I'm going to drop this into the chat right now, and I'll be pulling up Twitter here in a little bit and giving you guys a proper thanks. You see it right there. And don't forget to like this as you go do it. Hey, Chris Hopper. Hashtag sober life. What's happening, man? Elk21. How do you get your channel off the ground? Man, that's a great question. How do you get your channel off the ground? I recommend focusing on one thing. Focus on something, whatever that one thing is. I don't know what your channel is about. I can't, you just ask the question. I don't know if you're a gamer or whatever, but focus on one thing and then put together a schedule. be consistent, focus on that one thing. Like if you're trying to do a variety channel, and this is a problem that a lot of people start out with, or when they're getting started, they're putting up all this content, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And what you're doing is you're drawing a mixed audience, right? Like say if you do a cooking video, like, hey, I want to cook. And then the next video you're at the gym. And then the next video you're gaming. And then the next video you show me how to do a Premiere tutorial, right? That's such a mix that you're going to have a mixed community built around you, and you're not going to grow fast that way. If you want to get your channel off the ground, focus on one thing, do the hell out of that one thing consistently. You need to learn about SEO. You need to learn to get your titles together. You need to learn how to choose the right keyword phrases, the right titles. You got to learn how to put all of that together. And then you need to be able to promote it. Become part of communities. There's tons of Facebook communities. There's communities on Reddit. Don't go in there spamming your stuff. Be part of a community. Come in, be welcoming, help other people. When people ask for help, help them out, right? Become a helpful person in a community. Don't just come in spamming and spamming and spamming. Look at me, look at me, look at me. That's not going to work. People are going to think you're a scumbag for doing that, and nobody's going to check your stuff out, right? Share other people's content too. Become part of these communities. And look, this is a slow process. For those of you, how long have you guys been doing YouTube? Drop in how long. If it's months, type in however many months. If it's years, type in however many years. You know, if you've been doing this for longer than just a few months, that this is generally not a fast thing. This takes time. This takes effort. You have to show up. You have to put in the work. You have to be strategic. You have to be creative. You have to think of ways to make yourself different than the other people, especially if you're gamers or if you're vloggers. You know, what is it that's going to set you apart from everybody else out there? And above all else, you need to lower your expectations. A lot of people come in and they think, hey, I'm going to just throw up a bunch of content and I'm going to get a bunch of subscribers and a bunch of followers and everything's going to be easy. I hate to break the news to you. That might happen, but chances are you're going to have to come in and grind it out with everybody else. So lower your expectations a little bit in terms of what you think is going to come, and know that you're going to have to put in a ton of work. BLT Gamer says, I've been on YouTube for 5 years. Hey, the Mitten Dad, what's up, brother? Crypto Cruising says, hey, man, thanks for the super chat. He says, cracked programs and stealing music is wrong. It's the same as having your home broken into. It puts people's job on the line. Hashtag pay your way. I love that. I love that. Tube Techie, 3.5 months. Snowy Rains, 2 months. Crazy Rodzilla, 15 months. Nick Nimmin, hey, what's up, Nick? September 2014. Yeah, well, you're like Cruz, dude. Hey, Faux Pas Art, how's it going? 8 months. Yeah, so you guys know this stuff takes a while. So in terms of getting your channel off the ground, man, there's like a whole bunch of stuff you need to do. But show up, be consistent, focus on that one thing. Don't start putting variety stuff up there. Focus, because that's going to, one, tell YouTube what your channel's about, and two, as the people do start to find you, you know, that's how you're going to build a community. Like like take my brother, for example. He's got a really big community that's built up around him because he's focused on helping people with YouTube. Like that's his thing, right? Like every video in one way or the other, it helps people with YouTube. So like if he did one video, let's say he did 3 videos that are, you know, YouTube help. Then he shows people how to detail a car in a couple of other videos. Then he does a couple of vlogs. And right, like that community would not have been the same because it would be a broken community. And that was just like a huge answer to a very short question. Viper is in the house dropping fires. He usually does. What's up, Viper? Hope you're doing well. Viper, man, how are you loving the new iPad? I know you got the new iPad. I know you're, dude, tell me right now, Viper, how are you digging the new iPad? I am absolutely in love with the new iPad. Just love it. I absolutely love it. Like, I think it's like one, like I'm just like, I can't stop playing with it. Absolutely love it. Walter Zero says, I've been taking it seriously for almost 2 months. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's 2 months. Okay. Master Jack says, D, what iPhone do you use? Okay. I have, here I have 2 iPhones. I have an iPhone 7, which is my daily carry. Okay. This is the one that I use every single day when I'm out and about. It's a great phone. The speed is fine. The camera's good. But the reason I use the 7 as my daily carry is because I wear a backpack because I drive a scooter, right? I'm in Southeast Asia. Drive a scooter. I have a little backpack with a little pouch on the front. This fits perfectly into the pouch. My other iPhone is an iPhone XS, which I keep in here for tutorials. Or if I know I want to go out and I want to shoot something really good, if I know, okay, I want to make some really good video with it, this is the one I take out to do that. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit into my little pocket, so I don't do that. But this is kind of like my 10S is my creative phone, and my 7 is my everyday carry. And both of these phones have already suffered a ton of abuse. So I've had to replace the screen on this. This thing falls down all the time, skips down the road. Yeah. And then the Android that I use is a Samsung Galaxy S9. I also have an S3, and I have a Huawei over there. The S10 is getting ready to come out. That's crazy. But I think this is the end of me for Samsung. What do you guys have, Android users? Let me know what you've got. Do you have Samsung? Do you have Huawei? Do you have Xiaomi? What Android are you rocking? I'm curious what you guys have. I think this is my last Samsung phone. I'm just not digging it. I was disappointed with this. Like, I was really excited to get it, and then when I got it, I was like, I don't know. Like, I think Huawei. I think the P20 Pro. I regret not getting that instead. What do you guys have? Samsung Note 9. Now, the Note 9 is dope. I have played with the Note 9. That thing's a beast. So you got, okay, there's a bunch of LGs in here. That's surprising. A lot of Samsungs, too. And Bixby. I don't know what they're thinking with Bixby. I can't stand. I'm always activating Bixby. Drives me insane. Okay, so listen. So everybody in here with an LG or a Samsung, if you're doing screen recording, you can use the Mobizen. I'm going to type that in right now, too. Mobizen. So if you do a screen recording for whatever reason, Mobizen is the app that you want to use for that, because if you have Samsung or you have LG, they make a Mobizen specific version for those two phones that give you full audio controls. So if you're using Mobizen or any other recording app on any other Android, most Androids, you don't get the full audio controls. If you have the Samsung or the LG, you get amazing audio controls. Tim Yancey says Apple is overpriced. Yeah, here's the thing about Apple. Apple, it is overpriced. Absolutely. You know, you pay $1,000 plus for a phone if you're paying full price. Like here in Asia, we don't have the option. Like if you're in the US, and I don't know about Europeans, but if you're in the US, you can do like a monthly plan, right? Pay per month. But here in Asia, we've just got to buy it, right? Unless you're local and you want to get kind of ripped off on their payment plan. We just got to buy the phone. They are overpriced, but you get what you pay for with Apple, especially if you're in the ecosystem. If you have an iPad, if you have an iPhone, if you have a watch, especially if you have an Apple computer, the Apple ecosystem, man, that is just fierce. If those of you rocking Apple, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The ecosystem is what you're paying for. Roberta says, as I built my brand and shifted my business from freelancing to social media consulting, my channel pivoted too. Yeah, Roberto, man, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with your creator tech channel. Like you've probably already said this, and I might have even agreed with it. I don't know. My memory's gone. I bet that channel is going to blow past your current channel, and you probably know that, Will. Yeah, Doug Houston, you're all Apple. I know Viper, captain of Team Apple. All right, I'm getting way sidetracked here. We're going back to the form before these build up and I can't get to it. All right. Next question is Raid says, can I get a shout out? Raid, what's up, brother? Nice of you to come into the chat today. I'm so glad you joined us. He also says, what is your age? I'm old enough to know better. I'm probably old enough to be your dad. There's a good chance of that. And how do I get to 1,000 subs so fast? Well, if you want to get to 1,000 subs fast, however you got to 100 subs fast, do the same thing. Focus, consistency, show up, do the work. Same thing applies to everybody else. There's no silver bullet, but the thing is, like, I mean, actually, technically there's a silver bullet. Like, the next video you put up could be the video that like skyrockets your channel, right? But other than having something like that, you just got to put in the work. Roberto says, there are 10 key factors in my strategy for my new channel that will massively give me an advantage. Yeah, dude, I'm really looking forward to it. I love the pictures. You were shooting the models, and those look really cool, man, on Instagram. All right, moving right along to the next question. Next question is, movies with Kobe. Hi, D. Do you have any tips on adding value to a movie channel? Interesting. And also, how do you create a form? And I use Snapseed today. I think it's awesome. Okay, so we're going to address the form first. As I mentioned before, in case you missed that, just go to Google, type in Google Forms. And then if you're already logged into Google, it's going to pop up. Just like you have Google Docs, you have Gmail. They also have Google Forms. You just literally go in and create a form, and then you just add the little blocks. It's just a building block, plus add a question, plus add a multiple choice question. Super easy to do. Do you have any tips on adding value to a movie channel? I would have to go look at your channel and watch your videos and see what you're actually doing there. Feel free to send me an email so I can look at that privately, watch a couple videos, give you some tips on that. I don't pull up videos during the live stream because I don't want to pull a video up and then maybe you have some music playing that you don't have the rights to, then I get a copyright ding for that. So that's why I don't pull up videos during the live stream, but email me and I would be happy to take a look and talk about this off video or off the live stream. Moving on to... But one thing I will tell you, though, is adding value. Be as active as you can in your comments. Be as active as you can with your community in general. Let them know that you're going to answer every question. You know, people will get to know you. Like, be engaging in your videos. And you might be doing this already, but since I'm not watching, I'm not sure. Be engaging. Ask questions. Ask for their opinions. And when they go down and they give them to you, make sure you answer, go down and talk to your community. That's the first thing. And if you want to email me, I'll look over some others. Okay, let's see here. This one comes from Grabster. What's up, Grabster? It says, someone sent me a message on Instagram a few days ago asking, is it okay to have multiple niches on YouTube? What are your thoughts on this? I personally think it's fine if you can manage it and your audience is also fine in it. Grabster, do you mean within one channel or do you mean multiple channels and each channel is a different niche? I'm not sure exactly what you mean there, Grabster. If you're still in here. If you're doing multiple channels, I think it's absolutely fine. Hey, Joseph Andrews, how's it going, man? Yeah, like if you're doing multiple channels, as long as you can keep up with the workload, right? Because if you have enough time for one channel, and if it's taking up a lot of your time, you might, because I know you're a student, particularly, Grabster. Like, okay, yes, one channel, multiple niches. Okay. See, you stopped me from going off there. Again, it comes down to focus, and it comes down to focus and does it fit under your umbrella? So for example, in your channel, you like to do tutorials, right? I know you show people how to do things on your phone. You like to show them how to do things graphically. I think if it can fit under the umbrella and make sense, then I think it works. But if you want to take like a left turn and say, okay, I'm showing you how to do make stuff with your phone. I'm showing you how to do this, do that with your phone. I'm showing you how to create something graphically. And then I'm going to go out and show you how to detail a car or build, rebuild an engine. That's not going to work. But if you keep it under the umbrella, I mean, here's the thing. You have to know what your audience wants. You have to know who your audience is. If you have that information, that can, then you can build content that they want to see. So Grabs, if you're thinking about branching out to some other niches, go through and look at your videos, see what's working, see what's not working. And you might be able to pick up on a pattern and say, okay, well, anytime I do this type of video, it's not working. When I make these types of videos, it's working. That's going to give you a little bit of an indication of who's actually watching your videos. Then you can make that decision on if you want to actually try to branch out and do another type of video. And of course, test it, like I can give you what I think would happen, but test it and put it out there. You might find out that whatever you start to transition into or the other things that you're doing, people might actually like that better. So test it, see how it works, see how the community responds to the content. But I personally think that, yeah, you can spread yourself too thin. I think that if you're not, I think the days of like variety channels, I think those are long gone, Not that it's impossible to do, but I think you've got your work cut out for you. If you're going to do it, it's going to be harder to grow, now. I think the more focused you are, I think the better off you're going to be. That's my personal opinion. Hey, Doug, have a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out. I know it is late for you there in Australia, so put another shrimp on the bar before me, Doug. Have a good one. Okay, Gaming with Ethan, what's up, dude? Okay, excellent question. So Gaming with Ethan says, hey, D, do you know what happened or is happening with your bros other channel creator insights? Yeah, man, that's a great question. Okay, so here's what happened with Creator Insights. The full story of what happened with Creator Insights. So let me back up for a second. Nick was already doing live streams for his channel, Nick Nimmin. He was doing those in another location. We thought about, hey, let's do a channel together, do some live streaming, build a studio, came up with the channel name, Creator Insights. And then we built the studio. And then we said, hey, let's test it on Nick's channel because he already has an audience, see what they like. So and that's the studio that ended up turning into Nimmin Live. So Nimmin Live was supposed to be Creator Insights. So we just let that run on Nick's channel as is, and we put Creator Insights on the shelf. We've recently been talking about kind of dusting that back off and doing something with it. We are still sitting on it. We haven't disbanded it just yet. We haven't kicked it to the curb. We do have some ideas, but Nimmin Live was supposed to be or Creator Insights was supposed to be Nimmin Live. So that's what happened with that. I don't have an answer to when, but I know we're talking about, we have some priorities. Like the next thing priority-wise is the podcast. We're going to get that up and running here really soon after the podcast. Then we might do something with that. So, hey, Cutting the Caboose, how are you doing? Says, hope you are doing well in Bangkok, Danielle. Old contact lenses make ideal portholes for small model boats. That they do. I'll keep that in mind, Danielle, the next time I'm making model boats. And I hope you are having a relaxing time in Bangkok. I hope this trip is good for you, Danielle. And I hope to see you soon. Okay, Football Art, would love a channel review today. Okay, my man, I gotcha. Master Jack, thank you. Says, D, can I have a review? Okay. So we'll get into the channel reviews a little bit later. I'm not going to pull up too many today, but we will pull up a couple. Thank you for the super chats, everyone. I do appreciate it. Yeah, Costume CEO says, I had to read that a few times. Yeah, every time she comes in and she drops a super chat on Nimmin Live or something like that, she always comes in with just but it all kind of makes sense in a weird way. Like just comes in, drops some lunacy, but then it kind of makes sense. Master Jack, I saw it. And I'll get you pulled up when we get into channel reviews later. Wapa Gaming, what's up, man? Cutting the Caboose, hello, gorgeous. Yeah, I hate that I couldn't come see you when Nick came. My back was just destroyed. I had plans to come. I wanted to come see you, but I just absolutely, there's no way I could have gotten on a plane and make that flight. I was in a lot of pain at that time. All right, hey, Launchpad Astronomy, how are you doing? I'm moving on to the next question, and I will answer this really quick before I do. Raid says, I'm using Filmora for editing videos. Is Filmora good? Yeah, Filmora is great. It's fantastic. So the Filmora desktop version is good. They also have Filmora Go, the app, which is fantastic. And Wondershare, the company that owns Filmora, they have another app called Vlogit. Vlogit is another great app, and it's free. Like if you're just getting started and you don't want to pay for an app, for whatever reason, you don't want to pay for it and you don't want a watermark, Vlogit is one to look at. Moving on to the next question here. Let's see what's happening. Okay, this one comes from Forcept. The Forcept says, how do you put your live sub count on your live streams? Please reply. Okay, so in order to get your live subscriber count, and I'm guessing the thing that you've seen us do on Nimmin Live, to get your live social count, you want to go to Social Blade. And when you go to Social Blade, it's socialblade.com, and this is how we actually pull it in. So we type in socialblade.com, and then up in the top right, you type in the account that you want to pull up. You pull that in, and you can go check their real-time subscriber count. Then inside of Streamlabs, we go and we create a new scene, or actually we can create a new scene if you want it to take up the full page, or if I wanted to add it to, say, the scene right here and just show up on top of my current image, I would go add a source, and I would add a browser. And then I would go choose Chrome, and then I would pull it in, and then I would crop it in and choose the right size. So the only thing that I would leave that wasn't cropped out would be the actual live subscriber count. It's a lot easier to do than it sounds. All right, next question. And by the in turn, if you're doing that on a mobile phone, to pull it up on a live stream on a mobile phone, no idea. Again, Ultimo Dragon says, can you recommend the best app for making YouTube thumbnails? Again, I recommend PixArt. I recommend Pixel Lab if you're on Android. Pixel Lab is not available for iOS users. So PixArt, Pixel Lab, and Snapseed. Those are my 3 favorites. I know a lot of people are using different ones, but for me, those are my 3 favorites. If you're just getting started, look at Canva or look at Snapseed. Next question is, Director of Awesome, love your name. He says, you always use your phone screen that appears in your OBS setup. I'm using Streamlabs OBS, by the way. And I'm curious as what software processing to do that. Okay, I get asked this a lot. And I guess you're talking about this right here. Let me pull this up. I'm going to guess that you're talking about this. How do I pull my phone up on the screen to look like this? All right, so what I'm doing, and I have 2 different ways to do it, because I have one way for, oh, and I just unplugged it. I have one way for my iPhone, and I have one way for the Android. And as you can see, this isn't perfect. Sometimes I'm not sure if this is a problem with my connector or if it's a problem with the actual cam link itself, but it's been giving me some problems lately. And give me just a second here so I can get this pulled back up. But what I do is I have the adapter that's HDMI to Lightning, okay? That's plugged into my iPhone. Then out of that, I'm running an HDMI cable. The HDMI cable runs to an Elgato cam link. The Elgato cam link plugs in USB into the PC that I'm streaming from right now. On my Android, let me see if I've got this pulled up here. One second. So on my Android, I have the USB-C adapter here. This is a Samsung. It's a USB-C, and it goes into a little adapter. Where did I put that? Yeah, give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right. So I got this, and it's written in Thai here, so it's not going to make much sense to you. But it's an adapter that basically goes, it's USB-C, and then it plugs into power. And I also plug that side into an Elgato cam link. And then the other side plugs into my actual phone. Now, there are apps that you can use. I'm hearing some noise over here. I'm afraid Nick's going to like show up, sneak on behind me. There are apps you can use that can like transfer, that can wirelessly do this. The problem is most of them are laggy. Unless you have like blazing fast internet, you're going to get lag. Elgato makes something called a Streamlink. This is a new product that Elgato has. Again, my experience with that is that it's laggy. So I don't have that. Daniel Battelle is in the house. Daniel Battelle, I hope you are having an awesome day, and say hello to your glorious hair for me. What's Elgato? Okay, Elgato. Man, I need to keep all of these boxes right here is what I need to do. So let me grab one of these so I can show you what that is. 1 second. Okay, so I don't have the box for the actual cam link. I'm not sure where it's at in here, but Elgato makes streaming products. And this is one of the ones that we have here in the PC. This is the HD60 Pro, and this is a PCI card. So this basically goes inside of the computer. We have 2 of these. So when we're doing Nimmin Live, because we have multiple cameras, 2 of the cameras are actually pulled in with this. And then we have other cameras that are getting pulled in by the same company, but they're actually USB. So they're little adapters, USB on one side, HDMI on the other. That's Elgato. Elgato makes some really good streaming products. And then the camera switching, like if you see right here, if I'm switching from scene to scene like this, we're using this right here. We're using the Elgato Stream Deck. You got to have Windows 10, and it plugs in USB, and it will work with OBS. It works with Streamlabs, and you basically program the keys to have different scenes. It will also switch cameras. I'm only using one camera right here, but if I had multiple cameras like we do on our Saturday stream, as I tap on the keys, it actually creates those scenes. So if I could tap on one right here, here's one scene, here's another scene, here's another scene, and we build these all inside the Stream Deck. It's actually really easy to do. So Illo21 says, how do you feel about KineMaster? I love KineMaster. So my two favorite mobile editing apps, on the iPad, I'm absolutely in love with LumaFusion, and on my iPhone and my Android, I like KineMaster. I think it's fantastic. Boogeyman Beast, how's it going? Daniel Battelle is here. That's right. Daniel Battelle. All right, back to the forum here. Next question. Yeah, I don't know where the boxes went for, we have two of the actual cam links. Not sure where the boxes went. All right, next question is, God, that's funny. This was not planned. So Tenza Z says, is KineMaster a good editing app, but I have to pay for the watermark removal and stuff? Would you recommend this app? Okay. If you are doing YouTube seriously, this is something that you're trying to do professionally, if you're trying to make money at it, if you're trying to showcase your business, you know what, let me see if you told me what type of content you're making here. Okay, so you're doing vlogs. So right now, if you do a vlog and you don't pay for KineMaster, you're going to get the Made by KineMaster logo up in the corner. If you're vlogging and you're just starting out, you know, if you don't want to pay for it, okay, you know what, I'm going to drop a link right here. Where is the KineMaster? KineMaster watermark. Okay, so I made a video that shows you how to legally remove the watermark on KineMaster. There's a trick to it, and that trick is you have to use their music. So if you have an Android, it only works on an Android. You have to use their music. They have a music portion of the app called Muzerk. You have to use a Muzerk song, and they actually have some really good music. If you use that in the video, you can remove the watermark. Now, nothing is free, right? So the way this works is, like, yeah, they'll remove the watermark. You get music to use on your video, but if your video is monetized, they will claim the monetization on that video. So you won't actually get ad money for that if that's the situation. Now, if you want a free app with no watermark, I recommend Vlogit. And I'm going to type this into the chat right now. I don't have a video on it particularly just yet. So it's called Vlogit. Totally free. It does all of your video editing. It has all the animation. It has your titles. It has everything you want. And there's no watermark. The only limitation for Vlogit that I've really found, you can't do chroma key, you can't do green screen that I'm aware of, and not yet, and you can't build up a bunch of layers like you can in KineMaster. And for those of you who are doing stuff on your phone, mobile content creators, what are you using to editing? I know I saw Phil Mora in here. We got KineMaster. Who's using LumaFusion? What are you guys using? Power Director? Let me know what you guys are using. And I've been getting a ton of requests recently for more and more tutorials for editing. So I'm going to be getting into that. So we've got iMovie, Power Director. Okay, so we got a bunch. There we go. Make the video with KineMaster and then use their music, give them the money, and build a community. Okay, Grabster, I like this. Grabster says, make the video with KineMaster and use their music. Give them the money, because they'll claim the monetization on the video, and build your community. Once you are enabled for monetization, buy the app. There you go. But keep in mind, if that works, but keep in mind, those videos that they claim monetization on, they're always going to claim that. Just because you buy it, that's not going to resolve that problem because you've already used it for that. Like if you use Muzerk, they're going to keep claiming that. So, but anything you make from then on out, you make your own, then you'll be fine. iMovie. Yeah, iMovie is really easy. Super easy to use. Uncle Dan says, I love KineMaster and I'm nervous to move to computer editing, but I want to be able to adjust the sound. Uncle Dan, so if you're doing everything on your phone, Uncle Dan, or if you've got a tablet, if you want to be able to adjust the sound, are you talking about your actual voice, the audio? Because Adobe Rush, is that what it's called now? Adobe Rush CC or Adobe Rush, whatever they call it now, I don't know. Adobe Rush, that gives you some audio controls. That has like an EQ in there. I might have a compressor built in, I'm not sure. And then LumaFusion has audio controls as well. So both of those apps can make your voice sound better, if that's what your holdup is. Hey, Devesh Shinide, how are you doing? Shindy? Susan Taylor Brown says, so many great YouTube channel names. I struggled with what name to use, but I already had a social following with my real name, so I felt like I should stick with it. Susan Taylor Brown, yeah, absolutely. Names are really, really difficult to come up with because this is your brand, right? You have to build everything around this. So if you already have your name, Susan Taylor Brown, and you already had the community built up around that, and people knew you, then yeah, run with that. I know there's a lot of people using their real name, and that works, you know, because you get known for those things. Like hey, Fly Ride, what's going on, dude? Fly Ride, I almost wore your shirt tonight. I was torn between wearing my Streamlabs shirt or the Fly Ride shirt. But I was thinking, well, I'm going to be sitting in front of the black foam, so I'll put on the gray shirt. And man, I almost had it. Hope you're doing well, Fly Ride. Hey, Cricket, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Max and I have you up on the TV now. Hey, thank you. That's cool. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to try to fix my phone because I want to start pulling you guys up. 1 second here. Yes, like I said, I'm pulling the iPhone in, and I don't know if there's a problem with my cable, or I don't know if the problem is with the cam link, but it seems like the past several streams, both here and on Nimmin Live, I keep losing my signal, and I'm not sure which one the problem is. I need to test it out with the other cam link. Okay, so I'm going to get into Twitter right here. We're going to see who has been sharing this out. Let's see what is going on here for that. Let me take this off studio. All right, let's see who's doing the Twitter share out. So Gaming with Ethan, thank you for the share, brother. Much appreciated. Lil Hart, thank you for the share. Much appreciated. David Snyder, thank you so much for the share. Yum Food D is dropping knowledge. Come join us. Thank you so much for the share. Alex Talks, thank you, man. Much appreciated. The Mitten Dad, thank you, my man. And then, okay, that's where we got the shares coming in. Thank you. There it is, your Real Estate Whisper. Hang out and learn mobile devices for the best mobile making tips on YouTube with the screenshot. That's just kind of like really weird. Me kind of, how do I do that again? Yeah, that's kind of weird. Thank you, your Real Estate Whisper. Much appreciated. Keep those shares coming. Make sure to at me, share this out on Twitter, share this out on Instagram, share this out everywhere. Let's get some more YouTubers in here. All right, I'm going to move back into the forum. 1 second here. Hey, Justin TV, how are you doing? Stoutman TV, how's it going? Lots of new lurkers. Yep. Wanna Gaming, how are you doing? Glue Guns and Roses. What is going on? My favorite name on YouTube. Speaking of names. All right, let's see the next question here. Next question is, nope, already answered that one. And by the way, if you're just joining us, there's a link in the description below. If you have a question about mobile content creation or mobile YouTubing, about apps or any of that good stuff, get on there and drop your question, because I actually don't have too many left here. A lot of these were just kind of like spam, dropping spam stuff in here, but there's plenty of room if you want to get your question asked. Let's see here. Taper John, what does he say? Live concert recorder here. Okay, cool. I get a band's permission, and if they are copyrighted, the claims get a percentage of monetization. So it's not stealing if done properly. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm curious, Taper John, if you're still in here, what gear, because if you're doing this professionally, I'm curious what gear you're actually using. What recorder? Are you using a Zoom, or is there something better than that? What microphones you use? Are you recording out of the mixing board? I would love to know what you're actually using, the gear that you're using to record bands with. Hey, Preet Patel says, how do I start a channel? Do you mean like how do you choose what type of content to make? Or do you literally mean how do you go through the process of starting your channel? Like how do you verify your channel and all of that? If you can clarify that, I'd be happy to answer that, Preet Patel. Grabster says, Preet, you need to start making videos. What type of content? Okay, Preet Patel, great question. What type of content should you make if you're just getting started and you're wanting to get the whole ball rolling on YouTube? First and foremost, welcome to YouTube. You're going to have an amazing journey. In terms of the content, I would ask yourself a couple of questions. One, what are you into? What are you personally into? What do you like? When you're not at school or when you're not at work, when you are actually alone in your own space, right? Your personal time. What is it that you do? What do you like? Right? That's one question. Second thing is, what are you knowledgeable about? What information do you have? Like you might have a lot of information on a certain subject that you can share with people, right? So if you're making content that can help people solve problems, if you're making content that adds value to their life in any way, shape, or form, like as long as you show up, you put in the work, you learn the skills, right? You still got to learn how to present on camera. You need to learn how to edit. You need to learn how to make thumbnails, and so you have to learn CEO. You need to learn SEO. You need to learn how to craft titles. These are all skills you're going to have to acquire. But if you're helping people, you're providing value, if you're solving problems, you are going to win on that if you learn those other skills. So what do you like? What are you into? And what knowledge do you have that you can share with people? Those are the first places that I would start. You know, like Faux Pas Art is in here. He's an artist. He makes really amazing liquid art, right? Like if you're an artist, be an artist. You know, we have Roger from The Expert Plumber. He's super passionate about plumbing. That's his thing. That's his profession. He makes videos about it. And of course, he's using it to also better his business and better the community of plumbers. He's also trying to teach other plumbers how to get better as well. So think about, you know, what it is, you know, what can you share with people? That's a good place to start. Tube Techie, what did Tube Techie say? I see a bunch of amens in here. Okay, it says, Grabster says, make valuable content, make it enjoyable, make it discoverable. Yeah, key, make it discoverable. And make it quality. Yeah. Saman says, Farms, love this guy. I love you too. Justin TV says, what do you want to share with the world? Absolutely. Yeah, what is it that you want to share with the world? You might not even be good at it. You just might have some desire inside of you to share something with the world, and you might not be that good at it, and that's okay. You will get better at it. Like with everything else, the more you do something, the more you got to show up. You got to put in the work. Repetition will build your skills. The more you do it over and over and over. Same thing applies to creating your titles. Same thing goes to, writing your good descriptions. Same thing goes for making thumbnails. All of that stuff, your research, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. Supreme Nick, what's happening? Hope you're doing well, man. All right, moving right along. Again, link in the description below to the forum. Had a couple more come in, but there's plenty more to go. Let's see here. Grabster says, how do you drop links to your videos so fast? Grabster, I'm guessing that you're talking about how do I do this? If you're talking about how I just drop something in there right here and it shows up. So inside of Stream Deck, which is this right here. And by the way, Elgato does not sponsor this in any way, shape, or form. I'm just sharing what we use. We actually reached out to Elgato and pretty much got the cold shoulder from Elgato multiple times reaching out. So they're not actually, they don't even reply on Twitter when you have a problem. So that anyway, but they make good products. So inside of Stream Deck, they give you an option once you set it all up to, you can, like I said before, you can switch your cameras, you can build your scenes, but they also have a section to where you can build in chat areas, right? So a chat section, you can write anything that you want. For example, I also have this one, right? Like you type these out and you assign it to a key. So I have all of these different videos. Basically, the videos that I get asked the most questions about, I've linked these up inside of Stream Deck, inside of a folder, right? There's one folder, tons of different links in here. So every time I tap on one of these, it shows up. It's really easy. So Grabster, if you start streaming and you're using a PC, I know we talk on DMs and emails and stuff like that, dude. So if you want to get going with that definitely reach out to me. I can walk you through all that stuff. Yeah, Flyride says, I just got the Stream Deck pumped to start. I just made my HD60S. Dude, yeah, you're going to love it, man. Stream Deck is amazing. It's really amazing. The only bad thing about Stream Deck is that you have to have Windows 10. I cannot stand. I love Windows 7. Like I would, if I can, I will rock Windows 7 until the end of time. Like my main workhorse computer that I do everything on, like my important computer, it's Windows 7. I'm never going to upgrade it. I can't stand Windows 10. I don't know. I can't stand it. Can't stand Windows 10. Thank you, the Mitten Dad. Much appreciated. All right, moving on to the next question. So yeah, Grabs are back to that. Everything's pre-typed, man. All I got to do is just tap a button. Again, I'm using, okay, next question. Says, I'm using Filmora for editing videos. The full version of Filmora, is it good? Yeah, it's fantastic. And I'll tell you, I don't know if he's still in here or not. Daniel Battelle, are you still in the house? Daniel Battelle, call it paging Daniel Battelle. If Daniel Battelle is still in here, he's making some amazing tutorials on Filmora. Amazing tutorials on Filmora. So if you're doing that on a desktop, go watch Daniel Battelle. Let me see if he's still in here. Let me try to, he might have, yep, Daniel Battelle. I'm going to, this guy right here, I'm just going to paste his name. Like, go find this dude on YouTube and watch his Filmora videos. He's doing some really good stuff over there. Yes, Finn, and the classics is like Windows 7. Man, I love Windows 7. Like, that's, everybody has stuff that they're comfortable with. Everybody's got an operating system they're comfortable with, right? Like, man, Windows 7, and not only does it feel good, I can troubleshoot it. When something goes wrong with Windows 7, I'm on it. I know exactly where to go. I know exactly what to look at. I know how to do everything inside of Windows 7, right? Everything. Windows 10, it's like, I don't know. It's Martian to me. It's Martian. Yeah, right. Yes, he is. Samine Films Farm says, how do we reach out? Reach out to who? Who are you trying to reach out to? There he is, Daniel Battelle. He's still here. All right, moving right. Hey, Breezy TV, how's it going? Moving right along to the next question. I'm going to answer a few more questions, and I'll start pulling up some channels. Best lapel. Okay, this one comes from VCloud Info. VCloud Info says the best lapel mic for an iPhone XS Max. Okay, so in the past, I would have said the Boya BY-M1 microphone. The Boya BY-M1 microphone. However, they have recently released a new, one second here, I'm actually going to find it for you. They've released a new microphone specifically, and let me find this for you. They made a new microphone specifically with a lightning port, and I am going to link that. One second here. I do not have my hands on it yet. I'm trying to get one, and as soon as I get it, I will definitely make a video on it. Here it is for iOS devices. Okay, so I'm going to drop. I'm dropping a link in the chat right now. Actually, no, I can't drop that. Okay, that's actually not even let me copy. That's weird. Okay, so this is the name of it. It's called the Boya BY-DM1. This is a lightning port version of the Boya BY-M1 microphone that is just an amazing microphone. They also make one for USB-C as well. These are new products from Boya, and I'm looking, I can't wait to get my hands on these and test them. So yeah, the Boya BY-DM1. Is Mr. President in the house again? Did he come in? There he is, Donald. Mr. President, how are you doing? I'm glad that you're enduring the stream. I'm a little disappointed about this whole wall building thing that you've got going on, the whole shutting down of the government. A little disappointed there, Mr. President. Hey, MK Bites, how are you doing? Kev Edwards, Sim Reality, how are you doing? Yes, I'm real. You probably are. Like, all jokes aside, this is probably the real Donald Trump, and that's what makes this so funny. Like, I wouldn't, like, right? It's probably the real Donald Trump just sitting around in the White House. Checking out YouTubers. Oh, man. All right. Moving on to the next question. Let's see. Okay, so I answered this earlier, but I'll answer it again. I'll shortly answer this one. So Willie PA Gaming, again, gamers, you've got your work cut out for you here. It says, how do you get to 100 subs? You're a gaming channel. You want to get to 100 subs. You need to focus on one game first and foremost. But this is like a double-edged sword. Like, let's say you have a Fortnite channel and you build everything around Fortnite. Like your Fortnite is everything. That's all you do. Fortnite, 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 Fortnite. What happens when Fortnite's not hot anymore, right? So there's always I mean, yeah, you can pivot, and some of your audience might pivot with you. They might follow you, but some of them might not. But you got to be careful about like putting too much on something that could just be a fad. So keep that stuff in mind when you're getting started with gaming. To get your first 100 subscribers, focus on something specific, right? Like, and I'm going to use, I'm not a gamer, so I don't have specifics. Like, I can't tell, like, Nick plays games. I don't play games. Like, my games is like, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Defender, Akari Warriors, that sort of thing. Like, I'm old school gamer. I don't play the new stuff. But, like, if you let's just say you try to play Fortnite again. It's like, you're not, like, just, hey, Fortnite. I'm starting. I'm just going to make a video on how to play Fortnite. You have there's so much competition. You're going to get buried. It's just not going to happen. But if you can find things within Fortnite to make videos of, right? Like a niche within a niche, or a niche within a niche within a niche. Start with like smaller things within the games. Talk about characters or talk about certain aspects of the game instead of just like general, let's play Fortnite. So if you're doing those types of things, focus on those things only, right? Focus on those little things. Try to help people on how to learn those parts of the game. But if you just start coming in and you're just trying to be this broad, I'm just trying to play this game, you are going to get buried. Yeah, that's a very good point, Roberto. He says, for gaming, just start with what a new gamer needs to know. Yeah. Yeah, start on that stuff, but you have to focus. You're going to upload consistently. Learn how to craft good titles. Very important. Learn how to make really good-looking thumbnails. Very important. And this is a difficult thing for a gamer. Like I said, I'm not a gamer, but I see the unbelievable amount of gaming stuff that's happening on YouTube. And any game that you type in, it's like you're scrolling through the thumbnails, and they all look the same, right? They all look exactly the same. So I would really spend some time studying thumbnails, trying to come up with some sort of a thumbnail that still shows you're playing the game, but looks a little bit different than all the others, because if it looks exactly the same, like I made a video showing you how to make a Fortnite thumbnail. It's kind of like what Ninja uses, right? But like everybody makes a thumbnail that way. Like don't do that. Like you can follow it to learn how to build it, but then once you have those skills, learn how to actually craft it to kind of come up with your own style. Because if it looks just like everybody else's, you are just going to get buried. Absolutely buried. There's no reason to click on it. Daniel Patel says, I have to go edit. Great stream, D. You're much more handsome than Nick. Don't tell him I said that. Thank you, Daniel Patel. I'm looking forward to running my fingers through your silky smooth hair. I might even bring you shampoo. Thank you, Daniel, man. Have a good one, brother. Oh, much more handsome. That's what I like to hear. Catcha. Yeah, I need to start playing games. I have so many gamers asking me questions, and I can give you best practices, right? Like there's YouTube best practices, but I'm not a gamer, right? I don't play modern games. Like I can't tell you different aspects of the games. I know the names, Fortnite, Minecraft, all this stuff, but like I'm just not into them. Nick, on the other hand, Nick plays games. GTA is kind of his thing, and he's been playing the new Spider-Man. MK Byte says, yeah, I think thumbnails are the key. Yeah. PhotoFan, you don't play games. Join me in the hashtag No Gamer Club. So you're 14 years old, you drink coffee, and you don't play games. I like you, PhotoFan. Want a gaming? Send them my way. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I don't get into it. I love the old school games. Love those. But the new stuff, I don't know. I have Fortnite on my phone. I have PUBG on my phone, right? Like I've got these on my phone, and they're fun to tinker with, but like I don't know. I can't get into it. Like I think also for me, it comes down to like time management a lot for me. I'm like, if I have time to play a game, then I probably have that time that I could listen to an audiobook that can help me do something, right? Like I've got so many audiobooks that I've got queued up to listen to. Like I would rather do that than play a game, you know? Like I feel like I'm going to learn something that way. That's just me. You know? That's just me. Yeah, hashtag no gamer club. Nothing against my gaming brothers and sisters, but just not into it. Not yet. Who knows? I might find the right game where it just hooks me. That might happen. All right, moving right along to the next question in the forum. I'm going to go through a few more of these, and we'll pull up channels. Then we'll pull up some channels. Too much coffee today. This just says, oh, I can't do that one. Boy, that was rude. Yeah, keep it cool, you guys. Yeah, you know, it blows my mind why you would take the time to fill out something in the form and then write something offensive in the form. Like, just, man. Okay, let's see here. Alpha Mindset says, I'm using the camera on my Samsung 5 to film education videos on a whiteboard, followed by OBS. Any improvement possible on how I do that? Hold on, let me read this again to make sure I understand you. Using your camera to film education videos. Are you live? Are you still in the stream, Alpha Mindset? Are you asking me how to stream this, or are you using OBS to actually film everything that's going on? Are you recording it inside of OBS? Are you still in here, Alpha? Because it's kind of like two different answers depending on what it is you're trying to do there. Yeah, okay, I'm not sure if you're in here. I'll keep an eye out for you, and I'll come back to this if he thinks stream it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, okay, we'll wait and see. I'll come back to this if you pop up, because I need to figure out what it is you're doing exactly. Next question is, this one's from PhotoFin. Okay, it's a DSLR question. What do you think of upgrading from the Canon T3i to the 80D? I would get the M50, but I feel like a DSLR plus the 80D is weather sealed. So we have an 80D, we have a 70D over here. The 80D, I think it's a fantastic camera. You're shooting in 1080 on that. If PhotoFin, like, I don't know what'd you say you're shooting on now? You're shooting on a T3i. I think what you have right now looks good. But I don't know if you want to actually move into 4K or not. You didn't mention that. Like, if you plan on shooting everything in 1080, the 80 is good. I mean, it is an older camera. They probably are going to have something coming up here soon. Actually, if Roberto's in here, I don't know if Roberto has heard anything about, you know, is there a 90D that's coming out? I know Roberto has his ear to the ground on a lot of this stuff. I'm not sure. I keep hearing rumors that a 90D is coming, but I haven't seen anything like concrete on this. But the M50 is a good camera as well. So it depends on what you want to do with it. Like, if you're going to shoot 4K, you absolutely can't use the 80D, but the 80D looks amazing. And the M50, that's good too. So it depends on what you want to do, PhotoFin. Yeah, the 90D. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, man, Apple World, what's up? You just finished a live stream. Right on, dude. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so you say, yeah, you might move into it. Okay, so yeah, if you have plans of shooting in 4K, even if you're not publishing in 4K, like if you shoot in 4K and then you downsize, you upload at 1080, but you still want to shoot in 4K, it really gives you a nice crisp look. So yeah, for that, then you definitely don't want to do the 80D. But yeah, you like to feel the DSLR. Dude, the 80D, yeah. You got to make that decision, right? If you want to give up 4K, then yeah, run with it. If not, hey, Jakob Gamer, what's happening? Moving on to the next question. Again, Rabbit Cares is another question about KineMaster. Is it worth paying for KineMaster? I think it is. I think it's worth paying for KineMaster if this is something that you do seriously. If you're trying to build a business, you're trying to build a brand, you want people to take you seriously, then I think it's definitely worth paying for it to remove the watermark. I mean, me personally, I don't know how you guys feel. Drop a yes or no in the hashtag if you agree with me. When you come across a video with a watermark on it for like an app or software, do you feel like that devalues that creator a little bit? Like, how do you feel about content when you see a watermark? Like, when I see watermark, like if I see made by KineMaster, I just think, oh man, come on, like, you can remove that. Like, I personally kind of get turned off by it. I don't know how you guys feel. Let's see. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Yeah, so all right. Yeah, there's a handful of yeses in here. Don't like watermarks. Yeah, so yeah, there. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, so it looks like an overwhelming yes. Don't put those watermarks. Don't put the app watermarks on your video. So you can either go and do what I talked about earlier about removing the KineMaster watermark legally. I'm going to drop that video link in the chat right now. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I also explain in that video the pros and cons of it. Or you can use Vlogit. Vlogit is free. There's no watermark, and it does a lot of the stuff that KineMaster does. It's not as robust, but it does have a lot of the same features. So Josiah says, what is a call to action? Man, that's a great question. So a call to action is basically where you're asking someone, you're asking a viewer or somebody you're trying to sell something to, if you're a door-to-door salesman. It's a call to action where you're trying to get them to take action. For example, if you want somebody to subscribe, if I tell you, hey, put a call to action at the beginning of your video, right? A call to action would be you're asking the viewer to do something. That might be to leave a comment, to engage, to join your newsletter or mailing list. It could be to subscribe, whatever it is that you want them to take action on. That's what you would call a call to action. So if I say, and I use this example a lot because I make list videos, actually, I won't use that example. So just asking them to subscribe. If you're a mobile YouTuber, you want to learn more about content creation, be sure to hit the subscribe button, subscribe button followed by a notification bell. That would be a call to action, right? I'm telling them what they're going to get if they subscribe. I'm calling to get an action. Same thing, salesmen do the same thing, like, real life salesmen. They try to get you to actually stop thinking about it and make the purchase. G. Michael Jr., okay, you're still talking about watermarks. Here you go. G. Michael Jr. says, watermarks look amateurish. Yeah. Supreme Nick says, I'm fine with the watermarks. Flipped Classroom Tutorials, hey, how's it going? It says, watermarks shout video made as a homework for school. Yeah, so that's the thing. So it depends, what's your goal? Right? Like if you're running a business, if you want people to take you seriously, if you're trying to build a brand, if you want people to look at you as somebody who knows what they're talking about, as somebody who's on the up and up, it's probably a better idea to remove the watermark. Yeah, I personally, like, as soon as I see the watermark come up, made with whatever, let's just use KineMaster, made with KineMaster, instantly, I'm just like, oh, come on, guys. Right? Like either remove the watermark or just use a different app. Justin TV says Vlogit has limited stickers. Yes, it does have limited stickers. Absolutely. But it's free. It's free, right? Like if people say, hey, I need a free app with no watermark, you got Vlogit, right? You can't have it all. Not yet. Not yet. All right, moving on to the next question. Just about done here. Photo Finn. How many cups of coffee do you drink per day? Usually I have 2 lattes. I'll have a latte earlier in the day, and I'll have a latte later on, and I'll put like 2 or 3 shots into each latte. Chalupa says, should I change my thumbnails or should I stick to how I make them? Excuse me. I make them the way I do so people can take them as a joke. Okay, Chalupa, I'll get you pulled up and we'll look at your thumbnails. Exploring with the Nug says, how do you add video chat to Streamlabs OBS? I'm going to guess you're talking about this right here in Streamlabs OBS. So if you're using Streamlabs OBS and you want to add a video chat, so if you look at OBS, you have your scenes on the left. In the middle, you have sources. In the sources area, you have a little gear up on the right there. You have the little plus icon. You tap on plus icon and you can add a source. One of the options that they give you is to add the chat. So if you tap on that and you add a chat, it literally just adds it up. It builds it right on top of the scene, and then you choose to define the size of the chat. You can change the colors, the way they actually look. And then like what you see right here with this TubeBuddy banner underneath it, I took a graphic and I actually put it underneath the chat. So if I turn this off right now, right? So what you're actually seeing is the image It's a PNG image that I loaded up, and then I put the chat on top of it. So when the chat is activated, it shows up like this. So there's two things happening there. Anytime you're putting this together in chat, you're building things up into layers. So think of your actual video, like what you're looking at, your camera source. Think of that as like your base layer. That's your base layer, the bottom layer, and then everything that you want to build on top of that, you just have to build it in a way to where it shows the way you want it to show. Like if I would have put the chat underneath that image, obviously you wouldn't see it. Hey, KGG Awesomeness, how are you doing? Mazen Animation says, I'm so close to hitting 100 subs, only like 11 subs more. Man, that's fantastic, dude. When you hit that 100 subs, if your channel is 30 days old, go claim that custom URL. That's going to lock that in so nobody else can take it. Justin TV says, why does Streamlabs have poor frames per second on a stream? I don't know. Reach out to them on Twitter and ask them. No idea. No idea. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming is back. All right, so I'm going to start pulling up some channels here. Let me see. There's a handful of questions that I didn't get to. I will get to more of those after we pull up a couple channels. So give me just a second here. Okay, I need to do something really quick, and then I'll be back, and we'll pull this up. All right, we are back. So let me get my phone up here. Nice freeform jazz. That's right, Chalupa. All right, let me see. Who are we going to get pulled up? So just to let you guys know who is actually getting pulled up. Hey, Jackson Draws, man. Jackson Draws, if you're still in here, you dropped early on. I think I missed it. You said, how's life? Thank you, Jackson Draws. Life is fantastic. Thanks for asking, brother. Master Jack, thank you. You're on deck. Eric Thurston says, appreciate your consistency and encouragement. Thank you, Eric, man. Much appreciated. I didn't see that when it went through, so thank you for that. Okay, so Master Jack, let me get you pulled up here. Give me just a second. Let me find you, Master Jack. Where are you at, Master Jack? Hold on here. I'm going to guess that there's a bunch of Master Jack. It's going to make it hard to find you, so give me a second. So, surprisingly, yeah, I found you. Just second one. Okay, let me get you pulled up here, Master Jack. You are asking for a review. Boom. Okay, Master Jack, he's up. Master Jack is card throwing, juggling, and more. Dude, that is awesome. I'm actually going to come back and watch some of your videos later. Card throwing. That's fantastic. Juggling and more. I can juggle a little bit. I'm not like a master juggler, but I can juggle a little bit. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to look at, I mean, your message is clear right there in your channel banner. Master Jack, card throwing, juggling and more. I mean, boom, right out of the gate, I knew what your channel was about. Graphically speaking, I would probably put some sort of an image back there and maybe kind of spruce this up just a little bit to make it a little bit more appealing. I mean, it works. The message is there at the end of the day. That's all that matters. But if you do have the ability, or maybe you have a friend, or you can pick somebody up on Fiverr who can kind of make something a little bit cooler. Because if you're throwing cards and you can juggle, you can probably get something pretty creative up here on the top that kind of really kind of makes your channel look a lot more attractive. But if not, the message is there. Hey, Kathy Fett, how are you doing? Baby 3D348, how are you doing? Hapstar, thanks for stopping by. Hey, RV Homesteader, how you doing? Okay, so moving down to your thumb. Man, I really want to watch these. I sliced a carrot throwing cards. That what? You know what, dude? I'm gonna subscribe just so I can come back and like watch this later because I'm interested. Okay, okay. So right out of the gate, here's the first thing I've got for you. Well, technically the second thing. So, and I'm gonna. This is like straight up right here. This is what happened. You saw that I just subscribed to your channel. Channel header: Master Jack, card throwing, juggling, and more. Bing, you got me, right? You had me at hello. Then you've got card throwing trick shots, updated, right? I sliced a carrot. You had me at hello. Then I go to your uploads, and the first thing I see, because I'm expecting card throwing, I'm expecting juggling, I want to be dazzled, I want to be like wowed. And then you just came in with a, well, T-Series beat PewDiePie. You absolutely just like destroyed me on that one, right? Like legit, like I will unsubscribe from a channel because of that. Now, that's what I normally do, but because you're part of the community and because I know you're going to take care of this and not going to do it in the future, I am going to stay subscribed because I want to watch you throw cards. But like right out of the gate, PewDiePie, T-Series, like that's not why I subscribe to your channel, right? I want to see you throw cards. I want to see you juggle. Second video, reacting to crazy happiness. It's a reaction video. Has nothing to do with card throwing. Has nothing to do with juggling. Then you got into dice stacking. Then you get into skateboarding. Hey, I'm an old skateboarder. I love skateboarding. I'll watch you skateboard. However, if somebody's not into skateboarding and they came to watch you throw cards, they're going to be disappointed. So I basically have to get through like 5 videos or so. What do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Card throwing. Yeah, like your 5th video is card throwing. So all this other stuff, I'm not interested in that. But up here, you're telling me that's what your channel is about. And then down at the bottom with the adorable dog, it says, try not to say the all challenge. So here's what I'm going to give you right out of the gate. In addition to your channel header, you need to pick a focus for your channel if growth is your goal. If you're wanting to accelerate the growth, if you're wanting to get the views, you're wanting to build a community around Master Jack the juggler, Master Jack the card thrower, which I think is amazing. Okay, who thinks card throwing and juggling is rad? Type in yes right now in the chat, because I'd be surprised if there's a single person in here who thinks that card throwing and juggling is stupid. I think it's amazing, right? I know we're going to get tons of thumbs up and yeses on this, right? Look at this. Right? Look at this. Look at the support you've got from the community right here. Everybody thinks this is cool, right? But what you've done is you've created this disconnect with other content that has nothing to do with that. So what I would say is figure out what it is you want to do on your channel. If it's card throwing, if it's juggling, which you can see, man, people absolutely love this, right? People love this stuff. Then I think you should absolutely roll with that if that's what you're into, if that's what you're passionate about. I would go through like all of your videos, every single one of them should have to do with card throwing or juggling or something that, you know, kind of falls under that umbrella, you know, because there's other things. There's like orbs that you can juggle with your hands and, right, poise with fire, like all that stuff kind of falls under juggling, circus, carny type stuff. But like reaction videos, PewDiePie, you know what I mean? Like challenges, dude, reactions, get like, don't make any more of that stuff. Focus your channel on this, on what you're good at. Focus your channel on the stuff that's going to build a community around you. Because like, I don't know what your goal is for YouTube, but let's say you want to make money on YouTube, right? Newsflash, once you reach your 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, depending on the type of content that you make and depending on how many views you get, there's not a lot of money in ads unless you're making certain types of content and you're getting a lot of views, right? You need a lot of views and certain types of content to actually have a high CPM and get those views to get the ad money to begin with. But you can do other things too. Like you could make a course. You could build a course once you're starting to build a community up, build a course and teach people how to juggle, teach people how to throw cards. Like I'm fascinated. I would love to know how to throw cards, right? I'm fascinated by this. So you have a lot of opportunity with your channel, but you need to focus it, like laser focus. I think somebody just said in the lane, or somebody said in here, I missed the Yeah, you says I'll stay on track. Okay, yeah, right on. Somebody actually said stay in your lane in here, and yeah, absolutely, stay in your lane. Like you have a talent, dude. You're like run with that, dude. So that's what I've got for you. So why don't you go make like 10 more videos, and keep in mind you can all in your videos you can actually teach people how to do this stuff. Right, give that stuff out for free. You know, don't think of anything as competition. Don't think, well, if I show somebody how to do it, they're not going to keep following me. Or no, dude, listen. Just go out there and just give. Show people, like, make stuff to wow them, but also show them how to do it, right? Show them behind the scenes. Show them all of that stuff. Build that community around Master Jack. I think you've got a huge amount of potential with that. Do you guys agree? Type in yes. Let's get amped up for Master Jack, man. I love it. Yes, there we go. There we go. Here we go. Yep, look at that. Yes, yes, I love you. ADDS. Just Stupid Game says, I subbed just to find the carrot video later, right? I'm going to watch the carrot video. Absolutely. Yeah, Crypto Cruising. Very good point, man. Like, let me pull this on here. Crypto Cruising says, it's like me doing anything other than crypto. It's 100% crypto. Exactly. Exactly. See what you guys flash in the pan. What are you saying here? And an MPO, he gives a poop about T-Series and Booty Pie. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we've got a lot of yeses in here. So Master Jack, yeah, man, go make like 10, 15, 20 more videos. Come back and see me. We'll get you pulled up again, and we'll get you kind of refocused from there. Kryptonite. That's right, Justin TV. All right, next channel. Next channel would be Faux Pas Art. All right, Faux Pas Art. Give me just 1 second here to get you pulled up. I know I'm already subscribed to you, so it should be easy to find. Faux Pas Art, there you are. All righty, 1 second here. Where you at? Okay, Faux Pas Art. Okay, Crypto Cruising, thanks for the super chat, brothers. Has been adding a border to my thumbs. Would love your opinion. Cool, man. I'll get you in the queue. Alrighty, so Master Jack, my pleasure, man. Dude, I'm seriously like, stuff like this is really cool. This is stuff that like people are interested in. So like, just keep doing your thing, man. Like somebody said, stay in your lane, dude, and do the hell out of it. Just do it and do it and do it consistently. Okay, Faux Pas Art, man. You know I'm already a huge fan of what you're doing. Oh man, dude. And it just dawned on me, I totally dropped the ball. I was going to put your name on your channel header, and I totally forgot. Dude, my apologies. I will get with you on that. Completely dropped the ball on that one. I totally forgot. Okay, people pulling in all directions. Okay, so I love that you put yourself in the channel art. Right away, I mean, you know, we're going to put your name in the channel banner, in the channel header, talk about what your channel's about. But coming down to your thumbs here, okay, it looks like you've changed your thumbs up a little bit. Interesting. 5-piece serving set. I'm going to scroll through here and look at some of these. So I'm not clicking on the music one here, but the same thing with you. I know you usually don't do this, but I would recommend also staying in your lane. So like if you're going to put music, I know you're into the blues, love the blues myself. But if you're going to put music on here, and you might do this in the video. I'm not actually going to start it, but I wouldn't do that unless you're actually there making art. You know what I mean? Like unless you're tying that into your channel, because that's kind of like it deviates a little bit. But, you know, then again, you know, you got 100 views on it, but you might be there making art. I'm not sure. The blues. Yeah. Who doesn't like the blues, man? Jordan Oliver says, I'm into art too. Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, I love these thumbs, man. Like we've talked about this before. Oh, okay. You use music by both of these artists regularly. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, that makes more sense. So like if your community is getting, like if your community knows this artist, because I know when you play your videos, you always talk about like, you know, this is the artist, this person, this is their song. So if they're aware of this artist, so this artist is already like part of your community, it makes more sense. I got you. In terms of your thumbnails, dude, you know I like the colorful stuff. Again, one thing that I would do, and I know you're putting your name in all of your thumbnails, I would try to find one like because you've kind of got like different looks here, and there's a lot of different people doing this sort of fluid art or liquid art. You've kind of got like different looks going on with your thumbnails. Like I would pick one and try to do that consistently. And if you're putting your logo art or your logo name in one place in the thumbnail, they try to do that on all of them if you can. I forget what app you're using. You might be using Snapseed. I don't remember. But again, man, we've talked on email. Go ahead and email me and let me know which app you're using, because I probably won't see it here in the chat. But like, I would do something with your thumbnails to just make so everyone has like your stamp on it. And I think when you're moving your logo around in different places, sometimes it's up on the top, sometimes it's down the side, sometimes you've got borders around the pictures. Hey, Ron's Trains and Things. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Hope your weight loss is going well. Yeah, so for you, man, I love the imagery. I love the fluid paint. It's super colorful. I think you need to just dial in a look for your thumbnails so it's like yours, like you own it. And even if the only thing you do is just stamp faux pas art on it, then that's fine, but just do it in the same place in every single thumbnail and have it like the same size. So it basically creates that pattern. We love patterns. Humans love finding patterns, you know? But like when you're putting it sideways, you're putting it on one side, it's red, it's white, it's on the left side, it's on the right side. I think that kind of like messes things up a little bit in terms of continuity. But I think if you can like pull that all together and kind of keep everything in one spot, I think that's going to tighten it all up. But in terms of like color and stuff like that, yeah, I mean, these look tight. That actually looks kind of like the Apple display, the one on the top. Yeah, Justin TV says the same thing. Yeah, it's hard to read on the sides. Yeah, I agree. Like when you're putting your logo on the side, faux pas art, and then fluid painting on the other side, it's difficult to read. A lot of that could be the font choice as well. But like, it's just, the thumbs are kind of all over the place. So yeah, pick one type. Consistency is a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, you got the skills, you know how to make the art. Your videos are awesome. You've got the imagery to actually use on your thumbnails. You've just got to come up with something to kind of get that branding together, right? Like the whole package from the top, from your channel banner, all the way down to your thumbnails, you know, like the vibe that is faux pas art, the brand that is faux pas art. You need to come up with what that is. And dude, again, reach out to me on email. And I hope you're feeling better, by the way. That was a nasty cut that you've got. All right, I'm going to jump back into the chat just a little bit, and then I'll pull up some others. Hey, Ratty Star, how's it going? Says, I've made some changes to my thumbnail style, and I would love to know your thoughts. Okay, man, I'll get you pulled up. Susan Taylor Brown says, I made a template in Snappa for all my thumbnails, and it makes it easy to keep my picture and banner on the same place for every thumbnail. Converted all my old ones in a day. There you go. Yeah, if you have the ability, again, I don't remember what app you're using, Football Art, but if you have the ability, David, to build a template and then work off of that template, that's going to be 1,000 times easier, because then everything is in place. And yeah, email me with the app name, and I might be able to recommend another app for you or something that can help you with the template. Let's see here. Hey, PB43YT, love your help. Channel review next, please. I'll put you in the queue. Baby3DDIE says, how do you thumbnail? Great question. Since you're just getting started, let's see what I've got for a basic thumbnail. What do I have for a basic thumbnail? Let's see here. Okay, how to make a thumbnail. I'm going to drop a link right now to a thumbnail that I made. You can follow that. You can make it as complex or as simple as you want, but the idea is there. I show you how to use the fonts and add images inside of PixArt. Okay, right on, man. Thanks, David. All right, Yum Food says, I hope you're able to see the super chat. Well, let's see, Yum Food. Did you send me one? Where you at? Okay, let me refresh here, Yum Food. I think a lot of them blew by. Like when I'm looking down at my phone, I missed a lot of stuff. Okay, yeah, I see it. D, I changed my thumbnails to make food stand out more. Also changed my channel art. Would love to get your opinion. Thanks for everything. Dude, I will put you in the queue. You absolutely get pulled up. Okay, moving right along. The next one up is Chalupa. And we'll get Chalupa pulled up in just a second after I have a drink of Gatorade. Chalupa. Let's get Chalupa pulled up. H-A-L-U-P-A. Chalupa. Where are you at, Chalupa? Wow, right on top. All right, Chalupa, you're on deck. Boom. All right, Chalupa. Okay. Let me read your question or your comment. Should I change my thumbnails or should I stick to how I make them? Okay, so the question is, should you change your thumbnails because the way you make them, you want people to take them as a joke? Okay, so, by the way, I like the imagery that you're using for your profile picture. I like the imagery of the taco that you're using in your channel banner. It looks cool. I would keep it, but I would also consider adding something maybe on the left and right, or the left and right. You could even like write it in black, a real simple font on both sides to just tell them what your channel is about. What is Chalupa about? Are you doing reaction videos? Is it, you know, like what are you doing? Okay, in terms of your thumbnails, so you want people to laugh when you look at these thumbnails. Okay, and I see what you're doing. You're kind of like distorting them and making them crazy. The first thing I would have you do is go in, and this isn't going to work on some of your newer videos because they really don't have the views. Let me see if you've got some with higher view count. Hold on. Carry the flying lawnmower. Okay, there's a video. 1,000 views on 8 seconds. Okay. So on some of the videos that, you know, have 100 views, go in and look at your click-through rate on these. You have to go into Studio Beta. You got to go in through a browser. If you're on a desktop, you can access it that way through Studio Beta. If you're on a phone, you need to use a browser, turn it to desktop mode, and then go into that way. Hey, dude, what's up? What's up, man? Are you coming on? Yeah, I'm coming on. Oh, guys, the Nimminator's here. Turn this one on? Yeah. Chalupa, I'll be with you in 1 second, man. We're gonna. We've got another Nimmin here. Okay, yeah. So give me that shirt, by the way. Hey, Ron, are you still in here, brother? So, so I was recording a video tonight, and
Reppin' Ron?
I almost put Ron. So it's funny. I almost put on Fly Ride's shirt for the stream, and I almost put on Ron's shirt for the video, but I ended up not wearing it. So Ron's trying some things. Here, set this over there somewhere. All right. Is that on? Yeah. Okay, so let me get this set up here. Nick Nimmin's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have some fun with Nick.
Is my mic hot?
It will be.
Yo.
Mic is hot. Okay, give me 1 second here. I need to build this up 1 second here. So
what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I wanted to jump in here on D's live stream, just to, swinging by. I was driving by, and I'm like, hey, I looked on my phone. I'm like, hey, D's still live. I'm going to go in there and see if I can stream bomb him again.
Still alive. Yeah, he's still alive.
Still live, not alive.
And
alive. Yeah, alive and alive, for sure. So I'm getting ready to pull up the live chat here so I can see what's going on.
Did you turn that on?
I did.
Okay, we're getting Nick set up here, so just sit tight. We got another camera coming in. Give me just a second here. We're going to get him all connected.
Tuned in, dialed in.
All
that good stuff.
Were you at Starbucks hanging out with the boys?
I was. Flash in your pan. What is up? 30-day reviews. What is up? Launchpad Astronomy. What is happening? Ratty Star. What is up?
There he is.
Nice to see everybody.
You are officially. You're up, dude.
I'm up. All right.
You're in there.
Oh, nice.
See it?
That's awesome.
Right?
That's awesome. I'm in your head.
Yeah.
That's great. Love it. Joseph Bean, what is up? Nice to see you there too.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm going to share this out to Twitter also.
Oh, we're getting an echo. Okay, 1 second. That should have taken care of the echo. We're good now? Yeah, that should have taken care of the echo.
All right.
Yeah, the echo should be down now.
Yes, I'm going to pull this up. Just took a screenshot of this. So
We're good? No echo. Okay, we're good. All right, yeah. Yeah, I got it. I see what happened. I had the camera source on. Okay, 1 second here. We're going to get this just a little bit more. 1 second here. We're going to brighten you up just a bit because you are...
A little bit dark. It's all right. I can be black and white. That's kind of fun.
You're a little bit dark there. No, we're working on it. Work in progress. We're getting you all taken care of here. Get you rocking in the thought bubble.
Yeah, I'm sharing this out on Twitter too. So yeah, make sure you share this out on Twitter if you haven't yet. If you're enjoying the stream, if you're having a good time, make sure you share it out on Twitter. Bring some more folks in here.
Yeah, go ahead and share this out. Get this shared out on Twitter. Go ahead. Make sure you @ me on Twitter. # Nimminati so I can find you. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here to the channel. What was I going to say here?
What are you doing? You in the review portion right now?
Yeah, chalupa. Okay, man, regarding your thumbnails, if you want people to laugh, you're going to have to see if these are actually working for you because I don't know what it is you're trying to do other than, a lonely man makes love with inflatable animals. You had me at hello. No. But like, with your titles and stuff like that, like I don't know what your goal is of the channel. So again, we're kind of missing out on clarity here. So if you define exactly what's going on in your channel banner, that would help a lot. In terms of your thumbnails, I mean, really, man, you're going to have to look at your CTR, see if people are responding to these or not. YouTube says that the average CTR is between 2% and 10%. So if you're in the middle or the higher end of that, I would say keep going with it. If you find that your thumbnails are on the lower end of that, then I would change them. However, one thing that I would do, since you're rolling with this whole taco thing, which I think is cool, I would take that taco and I would drop it, like just say the bottom.
Hold on. It's a chalupa, not a taco. Chalupa is different.
Yeah, but he has a taco. Wait, what's the difference between
well, his channel name's Chalupa. So yeah, okay. Chalupa is like another thing. It's like similar. I think it might be like a soft, like a different type of shell on it, I believe.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, but I know they have them at Taco Bell.
Okay. So anyway, I would take this chalupa or taco or whatever it is, and let's just say the bottom left-hand corner, the top left-hand corner, and I would put it in the same exact spot, just down like a logo in every single thumbnail, just to identify these thumbnails as belonging to chalupa. But
Brian G. Johnson in the house.
Brian G. Johnson, what is going on? We need a Brian G. Johnson thought bubble here.
We do like another one.
So I've got like you over here. It's like I need you on my shoulders. I need Brian G. Johnson on one shoulder and you on the other shoulder. We could probably make that happen.
Yeah, probably could.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're like, so what do you think, Brian G? He's like, whatever wizard stuff he's going to say.
Yeah.
And then like, what are you going to say, Nick? Yeah. And you guys are like, no. Fight it back and forth.
That'd be good, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely worth trying.
Little devil and angel action going on here in the shoulder. All right, well, let's see. I'm going to jump in, see what I missed here in the chat. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Brian G. Johnson, the Poodle Man. By the way, I can't lift this.
Yeah, it's all like fastened down there.
I was going to show you Brian G. Johnson's book, but it's like the way we've got it like fastened together over here now for the for Nimmin Live. I actually can't move it. Cosm CO says, would Brian G be the angel or the devil?
See, now we're getting to the real questions.
The real questions here.
See, all this like YouTube stuff, like, forget about that. Let's talk about the real questions.
Let's talk about the real stuff. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy?
Right. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. So Brian says, funny, I just filmed a video about thumbnails.
Nice.
And CTR.
Nice. Perfect.
There you go.
There you go.
See, he is a wizard.
See?
I'm talking about Chalupa's thumbnails.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking about you got to check your CTR.
And he does like some of this with his hand, and he like conjures a video is about thumbnails.
Brian G. Johnson doesn't ask.
Yeah.
He just conjures.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Doesn't
record it. He conjures the video. It just comes into being.
Right.
Yeah.
Little eye of newt. Little lizard tail over here.
One poodle hair.
One poodle hair.
That's the secret, right? One poodle hair.
Bink. Yeah. The poodles are kind of like, no. One poodle hair. Boink. Drops it in. Love you, Brian. Hope you're doing well, man. Okay. Now, you know what? Like, we've got this image.
Yeah.
Like, He goes from like wizard Brian Gandalf Johnson to now he's like got a cauldron.
A video cauldron.
He's got a video cauldron, right? Like a red cauldron with like a play button on it, and it's like bubbling. There's like eyeballs in it and stuff.
You see like little video ideas floating out of the thing.
Yeah, animators make this happen. Somebody out there can animate, make this happen.
Stats increasing as it's
little
coming
numbers
out.
Coming up, right? Data coming out of it. Make this happen, animators.
Oh man!
All right. So yeah, Chalupa, that's what I've got for you, man. Test your thumbnails, see how they're working for you. Get a logo, get some sort of a branding element on top of your thumbnails. If your goal is to make people laugh, like if that's what you're trying to do, they're definitely unusual. You know, I don't know. Did they make you laugh? Can you see them?
No, I didn't laugh. I don't respond to like that type of thing.
Exactly.
Like in my brain, like there's people that do, but me personally, I'm just not. That's just not my thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you know, because I asked him before, like what's your goal of the channel? So there's no clarity. I'm not sure what's going on there. So like,
what's he doing? Like recipes on chalupas?
I'm not sure. Like, find out who your audience is. Like, look at your demographics. Look at the people leaving comments. Figure out who your audience is. Find out who's actually watching. See if your thumbnails are actually if people responding to them or not, and then you'll be able to figure out if you can keep rocking these thumbnails or not.
Yeah, Brian says humor and comedy. It's a fine line between that and cringy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very fine line. Yeah.
Very fine line. Beanie Draws in the house. What is up?
What's up, Beanie?
Dinosaur Draw.
Costume CO. What's up?
Costume CO. What is going on? She's been in here for a while. 30 Days Reviews. Dropping a pineapple.
Uh-oh. Safe word.
Midnight Madness 4x4. What's going on? Flash in your pan. Hope you're doing well. All right. Next channel. Let's see who's up next. Danielle stopped through.
Okay. Nice.
She said old contact lenses make ideal portholes for small model boats.
All right. Noted.
Yeah. Next time we're building model boats, we're going to contact lenses. Okay. Crypto Cruising says, been adding a border to thumbs. Would love your opinion. So we're going to pull you up, Crypto Cruising. Crypto Cruising. Let's see what you got going on, Neil. Star-Lord is up.
Who?
Star-Lord, man.
Who's Star-Lord?
Star-Lord, man. Okay, he's been adding a border. Oh, man. All right, first and foremost, dude, nailing it on the channel banner. You looking at that?
Yeah, I can't see a lot of detail in here because it's one, you have it in your view like down on a mobile, and then on my mobile it's in that tiny little thing at the top.
I've got my iPad right
so
over
I
there.
can't see it. It's okay. I can.
Yeah, dude, you can see what's going on. Like, it's
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, just turn the volume down because I was listening to The Weeknd before I came up. My pump up music was The Weeknd, Starboy. Yeah, so Neil, you're absolutely man, dude. That just the colors. The mess, like everything, it's clear. Perfectly clear. I love the imagery up on the top. You got the Bitcoins piled up. As far as the border, like I see you've got like the light border.
Oh, no.
Just like I told him, like, hey, you got to turn down the video. Or, turn down the audio because I had The Weeknd playing. He fires up the iPad. There goes The Weeknd. Here comes the copyright strike. Fuck copyright strikes, let them roll. All right. So, yeah, dude, regarding the border, I love it, man. I love how there's a gradient in the border. Man, that looks so nice. The gradient, dude, is what makes it just, man, it's perfect.
Hey, real quick, I want to say the real estate whisperer, if she's still in the house.
She said she doesn't like coffee and she doesn't like Star Wars.
Okay.
So, what were we going to say?
Well, she's the enemy. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. She's wrong. She's obviously wrong.
Yeah, clearly wrong.
Right.
But no, I was just gonna say I like her thumbnail for her home sale in Prairieville thing. It just got suggested to me on your YouTube thing here.
Oh, okay.
So I was just gonna say that I dig it.
Okay.
That's it. Didn't need to distract. Sorry.
Yeah, Neil. For the new borders, dude, I absolutely love it. I wouldn't put in the time to actually to go back and redo them all. It looks like you already did. So I'm going to take that back. Yeah, you did, dude. It looks great. Can you see now?
Yeah, let me increase the quality.
Oh, these
working on it.
Hold on, these are popular uploads 4 days ago. Yeah, so it's the same border. Dude, yeah, absolutely. Man, I love this. Neil,
The Weeknd is from where Heidi's from.
Neil, are you actually doing the design work, Neil, or are you farming this out somewhere? These look great. Let me get caught up here. Mike Van Doozy says, Neil, awesome. All right, guys.
What kind of click-through rates are you getting on these? Because the views are still kind of low on the videos. Like, what are you getting on your click-through rate on these, Neil?
I'm not sure. He's kind of a little bit all over the place in views. He's got one 600 views, another one 40 views. He's kind of up and down. I'm guessing it's a lot of topic. Wow. Yeah, he said this all you. Yeah, dude. Good job, man. This is great. 30-day review says, what are your thoughts of a person to the right of a thumbnail versus the left of a thumbnail? I think that's one of those things that...
Can I jump in on this?
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, my thought is over on the right hand side. You have like the timestamp. Thank you. Right. Yeah, you have like the timestamp over there, and then you have like the watch later or the little watch later thing that pops up. So because of that, like I love having this thought bubble. I prefer being on the right hand side, or people being on the right hand side of thumbs, so that if you're putting text on your thumbnail, so that text can be unobstructed. Because typically, like any of my thumbnails that I make that I actually that I swap it, I always end up, chopping off the text and all that. I have one thumbnail in particular where I'm like holding a phone.
Right.
And, and I'm like, it's actually one of my recent videos on like coming up with the video ideas, and I'm over on the left side, and then I'm holding it out like this, and then the text that's on the phone is over on the right side. And that's actually getting hit by the timestamp just a little bit, depending on the device that it's on and all of that stuff. So.
El Jefe's in the house. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope Paloma's doing well. So I sat in on a talk at Vid Summit, and they were talking about one of the things they tested was that if you have your thumbs, they didn't say which side was better. They just said if you have your images on one side of the thumb, they said that they found that they can get like a nice bump in CTR simply by flipping the image.
By flipping them? Yeah, that was Daryl that mentioned that. Yeah.
Was it Daryl that mentioned it? Okay,
just by flipping it. What he said is he said that if they are running a test on the thumb, the first thing they'll do is flip it.
Flip the image.
Yeah, and he said sometimes it will get, like just by doing that itself will give it an improvement.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the only thing I care about in terms of like which side something is on, like you said, is a timestamp.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for the pesky timestamp, then I don't have a preference.
Right.
Unless you have your back turned to something. Like I do have a preference because we had that thing with like Mike Phillips from Lead the Team. Like his logo and his message was on one, like in his channel banner, but his back was to it.
Yeah.
Right? Like there are some situations where I think if you turn your back to something like the text, I think it might look better if you actually face it full on.
Totally on board with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So depending on, if you're on the left side or the right side, I don't care. I just want you facing your actual face, not looking off to the edge.
Yeah. Another thing to think about too, 30-day reviews, is you also want to think about, if, like in your case, because you're showcasing products, that product, like you should be in the thumbnail too, or you should at least test you on or off of the thumbnail. Do a bunch of tests on that to see what performs best. But another thing to consider in that case is like if you're trying to showcase the product, making sure that the product is in the right spot to where the product isn't getting covered up by anything. Like that's very important as well, because you want to bring as much attention to that product as possible. If that's what people are looking around for, those particular types of things for your content, if your content's getting shown next to a bunch of other videos that are also about the products that you cover, then you want your product to also grab a bunch of attention as well. So
I absolutely love having you in this bubble.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, I think I'd like to zoom in more, but I love it.
Yeah, dig it.
R3D Kill 3R says, "What's up, D? Sorry if I'm not supposed to talk. You are supposed to talk.
You are supposed to talk.
Come in, introduce yourself, get to know the other community members, get to know the people here. We are here every single Sunday. Most of us are mobile content creators, but not everybody. Some people just like to hang out and have a good time and talk amongst themselves. Some people are normal YouTubers. Some people are mobile YouTubers. Some people are just live stream junkies."
Normal? What do you mean normal?
Yeah. By the way, if you are a mobile YouTuber, if you do any part of this on your phone, drop a hashtag mobile YouTuber. I always like to keep track of like who's what.
So at Starbucks,
because I might just pivot. I might pivot.
Maybe
if there's not enough mobile people, right? I might pivot.
Yeah,
I'm out of here. Forget this mobile stuff.
So
hey, it's Ty. How's it going?
At Starbucks, I introduced Donnell to Snapseed.
Oh, Lord.
Mind blown.
Hey, Prodify Cycling. How's it going, T-Stamps?
Yeah, he was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Which
Right?
it is.
It is.
Snapseed's incredible.
Oh, yeah, the mobile YouTubers. Oh, yeah, represent,
look
guys.
at all those.
Represent. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking
Look
about.
at
Hey,
all
Ghost
those.
Dog. Ghost Dog 54. What's up, brother? Robin Hood Warrior. Lucy Winters TV. Snowy Rains. Flash in your pants sometimes. V Cloud Info. Jordan Oliver. Wanted Gaming. Susan Taylor Brown. Prodify Cycling. Mobile YouTubers represent. Let it roll.
I think that in some capacity, like all creators are probably mobile YouTubers to some degree. They might not necessarily like record videos or edit videos on their phones, but like, we're all taking notes and like going in our creator studios. And,
that's part of the workflow.
Right. So it's like all that stuff in your phone. So I think that, all YouTubers in some capacity are, a bit of a mobile YouTuber.
Ooh, look at this. Just Kicking is hashtag YouTube newbie. Welcome to YouTube. You're going to have an amazing, amazing journey. I recommend joining various communities. Brian G. Johnson's in the house right now. He's got Tube Ritual. Brian, feel free to drop a link to Tube Ritual in here if you'd like. Become part of as many communities as you can because YouTube is an amazing platform. Mingle with people. I know a lot of us are introverts, like outside, like in the real world. It might be hard for us to communicate with other people. We might like to stay in our, like me, like, like I'm the guy sitting in a cafe, usually in a corner, like, and I'll like put chairs around me so people can't come up and talk to me. Like I'll make it difficult for people to actually come up because I just like to be alone. But like in camera or in a creator community, right? Like I'm a musician too. Like I used to love to hang out with musicians, right? Like when you're in your element with your people, like that switch is turned off. That whole introvert thing is like turned off. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
What do you consider yourself? You're an introvert too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys introverts or extrovert? What are you? Let us know in that. Drop a hashtag right now. What are you?
I'll have bursts of extrovert. Yeah. So like I'll have bursts from time to time where like I'll be in like a certain mood and then I'll be like a little bit more outgoing, so to speak, when it comes to other human beings. Right. But for the most part, I'm also that dude. Like you're in there with the chairs like blocking you. I'm like in the other side, like sitting there by myself, also looking over at the guy with the chairs, like, I should probably talk to that person because they're just sitting there by themselves too, but I'm not going to.
Right, because you respect their thing, right? Yeah, right. So this is funny. So musician, right? I spent many years playing concerts and stuff like that. We used to play out like 4, 5, 6 nights a week, playing all over. And everybody else it doesn't matter what group, what band I was playing with at the time, like, if you would have a break or the show would be over, like everybody was always like mingling with other people. Like I just didn't want to do that. Like I wanted to hang out with the other band people, right? But like I didn't want to hang out with like those other people. Like, you know what I mean? People want to talk to you and stuff like that. And it was just like, oh my God. It's not that I didn't want to, I just didn't feel comfortable. Yeah. As I'm older.
I think that's what it comes down to, because there's like, it's not that you don't want to necessarily.
You want to.
It's just that you're just not in the most comfortable environment. And I think that's where those spurts come from. Right. In terms of like, it's like introvert, but then I get those spurts of like extrovert. I think that comes from being comfortable in a particular environment. I think that's kind of where that comes from.
Yeah. But that was 20 years ago. So now as I'm older, like that sort of thing doesn't bother me now. And like the YouTube community I'm pulling this back into the whole thing here. Like the YouTube community, like, I don't know. It's like, it's different for me. Like we go to VidCon, we go to Vid Summit, for example, or even if you run into people here in town that recognize you, whatever, like for whatever reason, like that doesn't bother me the way that it would.
Even with that, like I'm still
it doesn't
kind
bother
of like
me at
that.
all.
Like for example, like when we were at VidCon, I'll give an example here. Like we were at VidCon and then we went up because we had the creator stuff. So we went up to like a networking thing that they had. So like right as soon as I go through the door, like I'm scanning, looking for people that I know so I can go stand by them and talk to start start introducing, to new people that way. Right. Instead of just like walking up to people and talking to them and introducing myself that way.
I'm still not good at like walking up to people and introducing myself. I'm really bad at that. Yeah, like that's where the introverts full, nope. Yeah. Right. But like for people coming up to me, like 20 years ago, that was like really uncomfortable. But now, I don't know if it's because of my age or I don't know if it's just because I'm doing something different now. The YouTube people are just a lot cooler. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people that you meet, so much cooler than like people that would come to concerts and stuff like that. Plus they're not drunk.
Yeah. That makes a big difference.
That makes a big difference. Yeah. Woo, look at my boobs.
I know, right?
Not interested. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But like, you know, when you meet the people out who are into YouTube, it's just totally different experience. Anyway, man, I got to pull this back in.
All right.
Back to the dude who's new to YouTube, join communities. Longest answer.
Hey,
to
but
the
you know what? You got it out there though.
Longest answer possible. I like to just find the ways to like, how can I just stretch this out and just ramble on?
I think you did it. I think you did it.
Success.
And it's still going.
Success.
Yeah.
We're still going. It's still going.
Right. It's still being stretched out.
Hey, Ron, what's going on, man? Ron says, I wonder what the stats are. How many YouTubers are introverts? Often public people who seem outgoing are actually introverts. Yeah. Yeah, man. Poodlevert. That's right.
Poodlevert.
Hair.
I think that's a cool thing about content creators or YouTubers is you know, like, because, you know, like, even if you are introverted, like, the camera gives you that ability to reach. Yes. You know, to still be able to reach people, which is awesome.
Yes.
And you can do it from whatever your comfortable environment is also. And yes. I think that's like one of the magical things about, you know, about being a content creator.
Yeah. Well, for me, that's like one really cool thing I like about having this studio. It's like I'm safe here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how many times I mess up. Like I could screw up, and I often do. I could screw up over and over and over and over and over. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like this is my domain.
Right.
You know, like only Brian's poodles could cause a problem in here.
Yeah.
Like nobody else is getting in.
Yeah.
Doors are locked. Right.
Oh, speaking of which, I gotta go lock the door.
Hey, Thelma Thrift. You mean our doors have been unlocked since you've been in here? Yeah. Man, what are you talking about? Thelma Thrift says, drops a 10. Wow, thank you, Thelma. Saturdays and Sunday fun with two value creators. Thank you so much, Thelma. Much appreciated. Hope you're having an awesome weekend, wherever you are. That's so kind. Thank you. David Snyder. Yeah. So, yeah, I've had an interesting ride, David Snyder. El Jefe is an extroverted introvert, but we easily all relate to each other as creators. Absolutely. Right on, man. All right, so your Yum Foods, you're on deck. And get you pulled up right here. And let me see. I got to go back and read your question again here, Yum Foods. You said, D, I changed all my thumbnails to make the food stand out more. Also changed my channel art. Would love to get your opinion. Thank you for everything. Yum Food, thank you for continually coming in here and hanging out, man. Much appreciated. All right, let's check it out. What do you got? Yum Food. Easy recipes anyone can make. Love it. New video every week. Love it. Food, fun, inspiring. Love it. Easy. The message is there. There's clear. I know what's going on. I can't tell on my phone. Is that like, I don't know what kind of meat or whatever is behind there, but I can tell it's food. And you know me, I'm going to nitpick here. You're using two different fonts, right? Like you've got Young Food, and food is kind of difficult to read when you're in your channel banner. But then on your profile picture, you're using a totally different font. What I would do is and again, I'm nitpicking here. I would pick one of those and run with it. So if you, and I see you've already branded your thumbnails with the profile picture one, like I would put that font into the Yum Food that's in your channel header. That way everything matches up, because there's definitely just a small disconnect there. And even a little thing like the circle that you've got going on in the text color, I would even match that. Like I'll nitpick that to death. Little things like that. All right, in terms of your thumbnails, wow. Yeah, dude, these look good. It looks like you might be running these through maybe Snapseed or something to kind of beef up the colors a little bit. They look really good. They're eye-catching.
I'm not a fan of that bar that he's got on the left-hand side of the meat-filled rice Aras Tapado one. Like, I like that he's putting like the YF on there, but that big bar on the side, yeah. I think that's you know, it's kind of wasting image space. Like if you compare that to the easy way to cook salmon, it's just there's so much more image in the salmon, however you say it, versus the one on top of it.
I would say, in terms of imagery, you have definitely more real estate to work with without putting the sidebar on there. However, if you're going to use the sidebar, I would say use it in all of them. For me, it would either be an all or nothing. I wouldn't say, okay, for this one I'm going to put it, for another one I'm not going to. It would be all or nothing. So if you're not going to use it, don't put it on any of them. If you are going to use it, put them on all of them. And even things like the font, because you've got your meat-filled rice, that's kind of like broken up in 3 different crooked lines of text. But then a few videos down, you have best chicken sandwich, which is much easier to read, by the way. Totally different. So if you are going to run with that, try to build some consistency up. Another thing, again, nitpicking, just try to keep your logo in the same spot, because people with OCD like myself, that just drives us crazy.
Still here, Heidi. I'm just
but other than that, dude, no, I dig it, man. I think it's super colorful. I would just choose, are you going to put that sidebar on there or not? And then put the header together. I think,
yeah, also make sure that you test these too. I mean, right now with the view counts that you're getting, like you're gonna have to run your tests for like a long time,
right?
You know, for like a month or something. You know, as long as they keep increasing in views, but once you stabilize in terms of views, I would start testing these like right out of the gate, because you have some really cool images on here. Like your taco image is cool, like your salmon stuff is cool, your chicken wings imagery is good. So yeah, I would definitely start running tests on these. And the cool thing about the testing them is like, for example, like that particular picture of the salmon might not do the trick, but you know, if you've got a bunch of different shots of that same thing, like you can just run a bunch of different tests on different ways to present that same exact thing until you find one that people respond to the most.
Yeah. But I love what you're doing with the colors, though. They're super vibrant.
Yeah, looks good.
So it's Ty says, how do you test the thumbnails? There's 2 different ways to go about it. And I don't know, Ty, I don't know if you're a mobile content creator. I don't know if you have access to a desktop or not. If you have access to a desktop computer or laptop, inside of TubeBuddy, there's a link down below if you don't already have it. In the Legend package, they have an A/B testing filter feature. And the way this works is you upload 2 different thumbnails. Well, actually, you have the one that you start with. Like everyone uploads a video to start with a thumbnail. That's the starting one. Then you add a variation thumbnail. And I believe it's every day it rotates it. Yeah. So every day, TubeBuddy will actually change that thumbnail out. And it gives you a period of testing time. You can choose the days, but let's say 14 days. I think that's default.
Yeah.
At the end of 14 days, it will tell you which and this is where it gets kind of crazy. It will tell you not just which thumbnail brought in the most clicks, but it will tell you which one brought in the most watch time, which one brought you the most subscribers. What else does it show?
It says which one generated the more subscribers, which one generated the most likes. It'll tell you which one generated the most watch time, which is extremely important because on YouTube, you know, like they're actually calculating the watch time that you generate per impression of your thumbnail. So that one is extremely important. And another really cool thing about it is it also tells you where that video performs the best. So for example, like if you're trying to target a search term, and you are trying to get the best possible thumbnail that's going to generate the most traffic from that search term, in that case, like they'll give you the data and say, this one got clicked on the most in search, and it'll say this one got clicked on the most in suggested, this one got clicked on the most on your homepage. So depending on where it is that you're trying to draw traffic from, you can make your decisions based on where on the platform it performs best as well, which is pretty awesome. Right.
Yeah. That's where the tough decisions have to be made, though.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so, and it's not always the way you think. Like, just because it brings in more clicks doesn't mean it's also going to bring in more watch time or more subscribers.
Right.
Like, it might be like completely opposite. So then you have to figure out, what's my goal?
Right.
Do I want watch time? Do I want subscribers? Do I want views?
Right.
And that's where the tough choices have to be made. And no, that is not in the free version. That is in the paid version.
Yeah.
And it's actually the highest level of the paid version. And if, in my opinion, and you're probably going to agree with me, if YouTube is something that you're taking seriously, if you can buy the Legend package, that is hands down the way to go.
Without question.
Because thumbnail testing alone, like you can actually dial in every single thumbnail and to let you know that you're using the best thumbnail possible.
Yeah.
I showed that one thumbnail that I had. I almost replaced the thumbnail. I put up a secondary thumbnail. The other video the other thumbnail outperformed it by 95%.
Yeah.
Like I almost just pretty much just threw that video away.
Yeah.
Like if I would have changed the thumbnail, a 95% difference.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
And to answer your question, G. Michael Jr. asking, will the YouTube A/B tester do the same thing? No idea in terms of what actual information that they're going to give us. Because it's YouTube, I'm going to guess that they're probably, I don't know this, but I'm going to guess that they're probably just going to give us like this one did better than this one. But I'm not sure if they're going to give us all the information because it took them so long. Like, you know, YouTube's been around for, you know, how long now, right? And it took them all of this time to just give us the click-through rate information. So because of that, I can't even imagine that they're going to give us tons of information like the TubeBuddy tool when it comes to the performance of the thumbnails. Right. They'll just say this one's better, this one's not.
Now, another thing that you can do, and this isn't like,
but I could be wrong. I'm just saying,
right?
Like,
that's we don't
my
know.
Thought because it's taken them so long for the click-through data.
Fingers crossed, they're going to give us some good data. Another thing that you can do if you can't go with Legend, and this is the harder way, it's not the most accurate way, but you can go into your analytics, go into Studio Beta, and look at your CTR or click-through rate. You can see what that percentage is. You can come back in, you can change it, and I mean it's not science, but
yeah, if you break out like a spreadsheet for it, you can track it. You can track it and say basically, you know, like if your video is getting consistent views, and that's the key to it. But if your video is getting consistent views, you can say, okay, right now this is everything that's happening with this video. I'm going to log every single aspect of what's going on with my what's going on with this particular video into a spreadsheet. I'm going to make like 2 columns, and then basically I'm going to put the date range for, you know, like this week here, and then I'm going to take the date range for another week, and then I'm going to have that as the second column, and then I'm going to track that one for a week, and then I'm going to mark all of I'm basically just going to compare the information on that, and then make your call on the performance. Because in that situation, you'll still see like engagement and that kind of stuff. You won't. Well, yeah, you could still see the watch time too, I guess, but you're not going to be able to break it down like a per viewer basis. You'll just be able to average it out a little bit. But anyway, like a way that you can do that is also through your just breaking it down by spreadsheets and stuff. But it's a tough way to do it. And especially if you're doing it like week by week, like the reason that gets complicated is because like your thumbnail today might be suggested next to like a certain piece of content to where the audience that's seeing that particular piece of content might respond to it differently than the people that are going to see it the following week if it moves, you know, like if the primary traffic is coming from like another video that you're suggested next to. So like with TubeBuddy, how it switches it out, you know, every day, that gives you like a better range in terms of, accuracy, so to speak.
Right. That's a difficult way to do it.
Yeah. I guess that's the easy. Yeah, I should have just said that.
Yeah. Again, that was a really long question.
Right. All right. Yeah, we tend to drag things out.
Right. I hope that helps you, Todd. All right. Moving right along to Ratty Star wants us to check his thumbnails. He's made some changes, some style changes.
Let's see Ratty Star.
Well, let's see what he's got going on
Photo
here.
Finn in the house, too. What's up, dude?
Photo Finn's been hanging in. Okay. Photo Finn has been drinking coffee since he's 14 years old.
Oh, nice. I didn't start drinking coffee until I was like...
no, he is 14.
Like over 30.
He is 14. He's 14 and drinking coffee. That's what I meant to say. Okay. In terms of your thumbs, Ratty Star, I really like these yellow ones here. Like the ones that are predominantly yellow get my attention more than the one that's red. However, like everything else, you're going to have to test these to see which ones are actually performing better. But for my eyes, I like the changes, man. Like they get my attention.
I think the color choices, like if you look at like the tone of the green compared against that red and compared against that yellow, like I think the actual tone of the green, and this is just being, nitpicking again, but I think the tone of the green could be slightly modified, at least how it looks like here. Yeah.
So here's what he had before, like this style, like this kind of style here.
Yeah, I'm seeing it on a delay here. Give me just a second.
Yeah, so that's what he had before, and this is what he has now.
Oh, okay.
So what do you guys think? Do you like his newer thumbnails, which are these, or do you like the older ones that kind of look like this? So type in new or type in old, and let's let Ratty Star know what you think or which thumbnails you think look better. In terms of like catching my eye, I kind of like the new ones, but I agree with you on the green.
Yeah, I would definitely test these because I see like some of the view counts. I mean, granted, they've been online for a month and the other ones are new.
Right.
But like I see view counts on there like 800 views, and then the other one I think had like 1,200 views.
Right.
So comparatively, in terms of the actual view counts that they're getting, it looks like the other ones might be performing better for you. However, in order to make sure that that's actually what's happening and that it wasn't just topic based in terms of the better performance, that's where you would definitely need to A/B test on the exact same video.
He says, I'm documenting the results in a spreadsheet.
Okay, perfect.
Right on, dude.
Yep,
yeah,
perfect.
so when you have these, come back and let us know. Come back and let us know how this panned out for you. Go back here. I'm going to hop into the forum here a little bit. There was a question or two. 1 second here.
So RPM Nexus says, Nick, so looking at thumbnails, taking out that green background that you mentioned is doing better when it's just text and product. Okay, nice.
Yeah, there you go. You're focusing the people in. That's the thing with thumbnails. Like sometimes you can overdo it. You can overdo it to the point when your eyes look at it, you just don't know what to focus on.
Where it's scrambled. You almost go
You're
cross-eyed.
just scrambled, right?
Yeah.
Like a scrambled egg thumbnail.
Yeah.
Right? Well, what am I supposed to look at?
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole thing. Like, so this is the difference between people who like can truly learn graphic design or go to school for graphic design versus people who just kind of figure it out on their own. Like if you're really good at it and you've learned the principles of it, the whole thing is just leading your eye. Yeah. Right? You just lead the eye to whatever it is you want them to focus on. Here's a question. This one comes from Brit's Little Bunch. Says, how can you brand a mom channel? Ooh, got some brainstorming going on here. How can you brand a mom channel?
What's the actual content?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up and see here. I'm not going to pull it up on my phone.
Like, is it a mom vlog? Are you giving like tips to mom? Like, what do you...
That cannot be right. Hold on. How can you brand a mom channel? Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on. My apologies. Oops, I think I just missed it. I clicked too many on the form here. Here it is. How can you brand a mom channel? Yeah, let's see. So when I pasted that, I pulled up PhotoFin. Okay, so Brit's Little Bunch.
What's up, BK42?
She's making balloon animals. She's How I Met My Husband. Ask Me Anything. She's doing leggings reviews. Lots of, Dollar Tree stuff. Toddler stuff.
Okay, so what you have there
so
is
she's kind of doing like a
necessarily-
catch-all mom thing.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like focused towards anybody though. Like if you're making balloon animals and your content is like
everything that moms do. It looks like what she's doing.
Okay.
From shopping to like all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so like a legging review,
mom stuff.
Like a legging review, for example, like that is I mean, that's almost like saying that that just doing like just a random vlog and just making any type of content would be just like human stuff, right? Like what I'm getting at by that is like I mean, I'm not looking at the channel, but based on what he just said, I think that that the actual content itself sounds scattered. In terms of, like if you have like, if you're doing like legging reviews, for example.
She said, I'm all over the place right now trying to focus my channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, answers that. Because what I was going to say, like, just to break that down real quick in terms of like helping you to focus, what you want to think about is you want to think about, think of that person, think of that other mom out there, if that's who you're targeting. Because when you're talking about like making balloon animals, I'm thinking like, okay, is she doing these? Is she making the videos for kids? Is she making the videos for the moms so they can make balloon animals? Like, who is she making the content for? But think about that. Like if you're making content for moms, think about that mom that's sitting like at home right now, and she is, she's got like a particular, thing that she's trying to figure out in terms of being a mother. And think of how you can deliver, like it, because you're a mom, so you can search yourself for that answer too, like things that you might have had difficulty with, and try to make content for her, right? Try to make content for that mom that's sitting there and she's having these problems of being a mom, and trying to navigate, the thing of being a mom and make content for her, and that could be, like how to make balloon animals, I guess. But, framing it more around the emotional side of being a mom might help you also in terms of, like, hey, when your kids do this, this is kind of like how you react. Or if your kids want this is how you react. If your kids are wanting, balloons, this is how you react to that kind of thing. It's just kind of a way to focus in. And I'm just kind of like spitballing this right now.
No, I agree.
But
your role.
Yeah,
that's good.
But just think of that mom, and or where you were when you were
that mom.
When you were I mean, you're still going through the process, but think of you like a year ago or 2 years ago, and try to make content for that past version of you, so to speak.
Ooh, I like that. That's solid, man. I like it.
Thanks.
Just spitballing that out there.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like that. Just freestyling.
Yeah, freestyling.
Freestyling up here in my thought bubble. I like that.
That's right.
So what's really happening is like that was in my thought.
Yeah.
Right. It's just kind of like that. Yeah. It's just kind of like putting it up
leaking out.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Solid as a rock right there. Solid as a Nick.
Yeah.
All right. That was good, man. Uncle Dan says, my mom always used to say that being a mom would be so much easier if she didn't have kids. Your mom's a smart woman. All right.
I guess you could also make a channel on mom regret for all the moms out there. For all the moms out there that are like, oh my God, what have I done? You know what's funny? Like
mom regret. I guarantee you it's a thing.
Oh,
it has to be.
On Reddit, there's threads.
It's a thing on Reddit. Mom regret.
To where people will make a post on Reddit and they'll say like, because they have like the like Ask Reddit, right. And it'll be like moms or dads or parents that don't fall into the typical category of like, oh, my kids are the best thing in the world. Like, why is that? Dude, people will go in there and you're reading it and you're just like, oh my God. Like you can't believe that people would say some of these things about their kids.
Really?
Yeah. And about just like, like, oh, I thought it was going to be this, but then like it's this, but to everybody I try to act like it's, this other thing, but like really I like dread every day and like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy. You just don't think that you would see stuff like that, but when you read it, it's kind of like, wow, it's crazy.
Reddit, man.
Yeah.
The best of the internet.
Yeah, it is sad.
And the worst of the internet. All right, so I'm going to pull up the next channel before we go down the mom
the mom regret hole,
the parent regret rabbit hole. Yeah. All right.
Oh, man.
So this one is PB43YT. First up, man, I think you should clarify on your channel art. Tell us what PB43YT is about. Just a tagline. What is it that you're doing on your channel? Second thing, like PB43YT. Would you remember that?
It'd be a tough one.
It'd be a tough one to remember, wouldn't it? That's a tough name.
It is.
PB43YT.
One thing that everybody needs to think about, like when you are naming your channel, like we've got some good ones in here. We've got, It's Ty, that's easy. Paint and Sound, easy. Pegasus is Gameplay, Supreme Nick, Uncle Dan's Costume CO, Brian D. Johnson. Like all of these are like easy to remember. Flash in your pan. All these are like really easy to remember names to where if somebody were to ask you, hey, what is your YouTube channel? It's something that you can say and it comes out good and it's easy for people to remember. Like when you, like in your situation, PB43YT,
sounds like a Star Wars droid.
You've got like 200 and something subscribers right now, but what I want you to think about is think about the future, right? Think about a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, however long it takes to where, you have like a lot of subscribers on your channel, you're getting a lot of views, your influence has grown, people are wanting to have you on podcasts and wanting to interview you and they're collabing with you and all that stuff. And then anytime that you have to reference your channel, then you're going to have to go through, PB43, and the 4 is actually the number 4 and not spelled out FOR or FOUR.
Right.
And then the 3 is actually a number and not actually spelled out.
And then
3.
And then
YT at the end.
But there's a space between YT.
Yeah, and there's a space.
Right.
Yeah, and there's a space.
Dude, like I would
just
seriously think about your name.
Yeah, so just
shorten that all up.
Yeah, shorten that all up. Yeah. Think of the name and just just everybody that's listening to it, just think about or that's listening to this, just think about like in the future, like if things were to go the way that you want them to go, like if you are trying to explain your channel to somebody where they don't see it, like you're on a podcast interview and you have to tell people what it is where they can find you, because that's always what they ask, isn't it, D? At the end, it's like, hey, where can we find out more about you?
Yes, at the end of every single interview, hey, tell us where us where my viewers can find you.
Right.
Well, you can find me at PB43, but that's the number 4 and then the number 3, not FOR, and then the letter 3, then space, then YT.
Yeah.
Lost. Yeah. Done right there. No, right? Like unless you're just like the best thing that anybody's ever seen, nobody's gonna like try to even write that down. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully I can find a link somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, So there you go. Clarity in your channel.
Yeah. Yum Food, also very easy.
Yeah. Midnight Madness 4x4. Perfect. Photo Fin. Yeah. Yeah. His name's a bit hard. Addicted to Profit. How's it going? Another easy one.
Yeah. Very easy.
So the next thing I would talk about here, PB, I didn't even remember your name, PB43YT. It's a Star Wars droid is what it is. So a perfect example. So the first channel that I pulled up, his name was Master Jack.
Easy.
Master Jack was a card thrower. Master Jack is a juggler. Totally easy to remember.
Yeah.
So if I'm out somewhere, I'm like, dude, I came across this channel. His name is Master Jack. He juggles and throws cards.
Easy.
Go find Master Jack.
Yep. Expert plumber in here right now. Same thing.
Oh, Roger made it in. What's up, Roger? Nice to see you in here, brother.
Same exact thing. And like Dee's saying, it becomes easy to reference. So like, for example, you are out in the world and somebody's talking about plumbing. They're like, yeah, I got this problem with my plumbing, this, that, and the other thing.
Dude,
hey,
Roger,
just go hop on YouTube, check out this dude. His channel is The Expert Plumber. Awesome stuff. Check him out.
Right.
And super easy. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's easy to remember. Got it. Pass it on.
Okay, so PB43 space YT says it stands for Pit Boss Steelers. Okay,
but
so
you'll have to explain that, right?
Yes. Okay, so here show of if you guys, how many people are in the chat right now?
Show of hands.
Show of hands. Type in yes if you knew that PB43YT stood for Pit Boss. Pit Boss. If you knew what that stood for, type in yes. If you didn't, type in no.
And then we'll chase that with a let us know what the 43 stands for.
White, yeah. So what else did he say? He said it stands for Pit Boss, and then he says, and 43 is my favorite player's number. Okay, so as you can see here, PB43. I'm actually going to end up remembering this because
I know because we're saying it so much.
So by all means, dude, listen, if you want to keep this channel name, you keep your channel name.
Yeah. We're just giving you insights into, just best practices in terms of making like a nice strong brand and all that good
because
stuff.
Here's the thing, right? Straight up, 3 years ago, did you ever think you'd be speaking at a summit anywhere?
No.
Right?
No.
Now you're speaking at events.
Yeah.
Did you ever think 4 years ago that anybody would ever have you on a podcast or an interview anywhere?
No.
Never.
No.
Right? So here's the thing with your YouTube channel, dude, like what you're doing right now, that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be doing this in the future. You don't know what this could, you might be one video away from like just exploding.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Never know.
And then people are going to have to remember PB43 space YT.
Yep. And you also get known as that. So another thing, since he was talking about events, another thing that happens too is like when you have a channel name, you get known as, oh, hey, that's such and such from this channel name.
Yes.
So like you're going to get known as PB43.
Right.
YT.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, clarity, man. Like clarity, channel name. Keep it if you want. It's just
Uncle Dan says that only works if you're R2D2.
You ain't. That's great. And then your thumbnails. So you've got all kinds of stuff going on, all kinds of different videos on here, unwrappings, cards. It looks like. One thing that I would like to see with your thumbnails is if you're going to use like your profile picture or the PB or whatever you're doing, try to come up with something on your thumbnail, some sort of identifying mark that you can put in the same place. It could be your logo. It could be some sort of a border or a sliver or some sort of an image put in the same place that's all over the thumbnails. Basically what you want to think about.
Just Stupid Games. Welcome aboard.
You want to think about what can your thumbnails, like what can you put in your thumbnails to make them uniquely yours? And I realized I wasn't even on them. Like what can you put on your thumbnails to where if people see your, let's say I subscribe to your channel, I get to know you and your channel. I get to know whatever. And if you have branded thumbnails and I run across them somewhere else, YouTube suggests them to me. Oh, that's PBYT42's. See, I couldn't remember it. That's PB43YT's stuff. I like it. I'm going to click on that. But as it stands right now, like these thumbnails could belong to anybody. So that's what I've got for you, man. Channel clarity. Thumbnails together, and I would seriously consider some sort of clarity pulling that name together. That name, though. Yeah. You got it, Supreme Nick.
Supreme Nick.
Supreme Nick. Hey, can you check that and check the battery life on it for me?
Absolutely. You are half full.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, let's see. Are there any more? Okay, so that's going to do it for the actual... I'm not going to do any more... channel reviews. Moderators, if moderators in here, if you can kind of keep posting that channel review super chats are finished. If you want to drop a super chat for coffee or something like that, much appreciated. And Thelma Thrift, you didn't say if you wanted us to pull you up or not, but we'll have a look. Thelma Thrift. That's another easy one, right?
What's up, Justin TV?
Thelma Thrift.
Knicks fan. We got a Knicks fan in here. D, what's the brand? Hey, D, what's the brand of lavalier that they need for a Android?
The brand of lavalier?
Yeah.
Where's the question at?
You know what? I hope that am I live right now? Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Knicks
Hey,
fan
what's up,
TV.
El Jefe?
It says, D, what's the brand of lavalier mic that we need for Android? It depends. If you can use... Okay, do you have a headphone jack or do you have a USB-C port? Let me know which one of those you're using, because if you have a headphone jack, I recommend the Boya BY-M1 lavalier microphone. It's about $17 or $18 US. If you have a USB port, Boya makes another microphone that is for, let me see if I can find it here. They make it specifically for USB-C. One second here. Where is it at? So Boya makes another one called the BYDM2. BYDM2 that is a USB-C microphone. So it depends on what your connection is. So I hope that answers your question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to pull up Thelma Thrift. She didn't ask for it, so hopefully that's okay. But looks like she knows what she's doing, so we're going to pull her up.
Supreme Nick, since 2014, September of 2014 was my first upload to YouTube.
Right on. Okay, Thelma Thrift says, thanks, I need help for sure. Okay, right on. So she's pushing 10,000 subscribers.
Nice, well done.
You know what you're doing. Okay, so, yeah, right out of the gate, I see eBay power seller at the top. Okay, I'm hoping you're a power seller. I'm hoping that's what's going on the channel. One thing, though, I would do, and again, this isn't going to stop anybody from subscribing. The header is a little bit, like there's a lot going on up there, and I kind of had to like look around for a second to figure out what was going on. If you want people to focus in on some of that, like if your whole thing is like eBay power seller tips, like I would kind of like either get rid of the other text or maybe change the colors, maybe make all the other text black and lower the opacity or something like that. So like tips, eBay, power seller, that's the color, that's the thing that stands out. Whatever your message is that you want people to see first, that's the stuff that I would have colorful and let focus kind of come in on that. Everything else, I would either get rid of it or lower the opacity or shrink it down, and just, you don't want to pollute it. You want to think about clarity in terms of your channel banner.
Tom Nash, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, Tom? Your profile picture, I love that you got yourself in there. That's awesome. Coming down to your thumbnails, eBay power seller tips. You know right away what's going on there. Okay, thrift haul, jars and gifts, jewelry jars haul. Okay, so sold what I sold, handbag haul, A-listers more, jewelry. Okay, so I like that you're running all the same color, like you're running the pink. What are you using to make your thumbnails with? If you can type in and let me know what you're making your thumbnails with. What app or what software? So I can kind of... PhotoFin, right now this camera right here is a 70D. Okay, you're making these in TubeBuddy. These are TubeBuddy thumbnails. Does TubeBuddy allow you to change the stroke on the thumbnails? Do you know?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So the thumbnail, okay, I love the colors, and I like that you're using the pink with the white border around it. To me, to my eyes, when you're putting a thicker white border around the text, it stands out a little bit more. However, the thumbnails do look a little bit busy to me. Like what I would do, and I've actually never built a thumbnail inside of the TubeBuddy app. Or the TubeBuddy plugin.
Yeah, I have a tutorial on it.
Do you? I should probably watch that. I've never actually used that feature.
Yeah.
So what I would do is, like if you're putting yourself in the profile picture, right? You've got the whole circle, you got your face on there, but then on your thumbnails, you're kind of like moving it all over. It's on the left, it's on the right, it's a square. Like I would pick one spot and I would just put your picture on there. It's like, that's you. Just again, say bottom left-hand side. Put your picture same size on all the thumbnails, and that's going to create like a an identifying mark. It's going to be consistent. That's going to be like a consistent mark across all of your thumbnails. By putting your picture all over the place, it's kind of confusing, and it makes it just look a little bit scattered. In terms of your fonts, it looks like you're using the same fonts on most of these, which is good. I definitely like the ones where the white border is thicker. That makes it stand out more to me. And by the way, I don't know if you're able to do this or not, but if you don't have a round version of your profile picture, email it to me. I can like cut that out and send it back to you in a PNG file. So then you can just kind of load that in. I'll drop my email in the chat right now. Hold on here.
So I'm sneaking around your channel here while he's sitting here talking about it.
Yeah, I just typed my name. Go.
And I was just gonna say, like I like how you have structured your about me page in terms of you know, like if this gets shared out. Very well done there. She's got like eBay power seller and special education teacher like right there at the beginning of it.
Or what, description?
In her about me page.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely a good start to let people know. So basically, like by putting that there, she's basically if it gets shared out, then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, eBay power seller, I want to check this out.
Right.
Yeah, well done.
Nice. Channels doesn't feature any channels. Community. Okay, you got a community feed.
So another thing while he's going through that, just as a heads up. So I'm looking at your descriptions also, Thelma. I think especially in your case, because if you are sharing information on, you know, how people can use eBay and, you know, reselling and all that stuff, like if people are coming to you as a resource for that, I think that you're missing an opportunity in your video descriptions to send people deeper into your channel and to provide more content for them, for the people that go down into your descriptions. One thing that I'd recommend for videos moving forward is that you take, you know, like one of your playlists that, you know, people tend to watch more, or one of the playlists that you like with your playlist. If you have, oh, here, I'll just go to your playlist page and look.
Hey, Leron, how's it going, man?
Okay, so like right here, for example, right? Like I'm looking at your playlist, and you have like luxury, buying and selling.
Which one are you on? I'll pull it up.
I'm on the playlist page. So she's got like luxury, buying and selling. She's got ride along. She's got just jewelry just sold. My jewelry sales reports. What's on my bag. So what I would do is I would take these and I would think of the ones that make sense in terms of providing information that is valuable to the people that are watching your content. And I would get those. I would grab, you know, at least 2 or 3 playlists, and I would actually link to them in all of your video descriptions moving forward, and actually put what it is that the playlist is about to when it goes in your description. So for example, looking at your Hoarders Hall live, think of it like this. Think, okay, if somebody's watching my Hoarders Hall live stream, it's a thrift haul for reselling, then what's the likelihood of them watching one of these other playlists? Like what would be the best fit for them? Because you've already pulled their interest on this particular topic. So which playlist do I have that would make sense for the person that likes this exact piece of content right here? And then link to those down in your description to try to get people to watch more of your content that way. And in addition to that, you're also missing another opportunity of pinning a comment to where you're also recommending a video there. And those can really add up too, because like you're getting on some of your videos, you know, you're getting 1,000 views, you're getting, right, like bigger view counts. And because of that, you're missing opportunities to send people like this one here, like what's in my mystery jar, my mystery jewelry jar, for example, like that one's got 2,000 views on it. And if this one had just a little bit more structure to it in terms of the description and, you know, those links in the description, recommending your content, additional content to people. And you also had a pinned comment there that was also telling people to, hey, watch this video next. And you give some context to what that video is about, but, you know, put that call to action to watch that video next. I think that you would be able to, thinking about it, I know for a fact that if you did this on your videos, that you'd be able to increase your views, increase your watch time, just from doing that. And even just as a heads up to you, even on your older videos, you can go through your entire video library and you can do that same exact thing to where you look at the video itself and you say, okay, the person that watches this, what would it make sense for them, what videos do I have or what playlists do I have that it would make sense for me to actually send them into. So for example, like on this one that I'm looking at, to
make them binge. You want them to binge watch.
Right. So it's like, what's in my mystery jewelry jar bag, for example, like this one here, like any other videos that you have like this, either put them in a playlist and link to the playlist, or just link to one video, but capitalize on that pinned comment, because that's just another opportunity that you have to get people to watch more of your content.
Wow, that was good, man. That was good. You dove in on that one. So yeah. So,
well, I saw
that
it
was
like
perfect.
while you were looking
good.
at that stuff, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna.
No, that's good.
I need to make sure she knows that.
All right. So we had a whole bunch of new people come in. David, user in doc USN. Man, I never know how to pronounce this.
Bobstar X.
Bobstar X is in. We're gonna get a Bobstar X train in a second. USNER doc. I think that's what it is. I'm gonna guess it's U.S. Navy emergency doc. Is that how it is, David? Is that what that is?
USNER doc.
USNER doc. Is that what he said?
No, I think that's what it is, though, by looking at his profile picture.
Oh, Shannon Vlogs, how you doing? Jackie Herrick's Food Reviews, how are you doing? Of course, Leron. Are those M&Ms? Yeah, man, I'm chowing down. Tom Nash is in here. The Punisher, what's up? Lily Tree. It's like there's a whole nother flood of people just came in. It's almost like one live stream ended from somewhere.
No.
Who was live streaming?
Not sure.
Somebody just sent a bunch of people over here. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. USN is United States Navy. So USN and then ER, I'm guessing is emergency doc.
So real quick, I want to back up and I want to just highlight how powerful that is, because Christina Coupons here, Krista, sorry about that. Krista Coupons here says, Nick is right. I had a video blow up, and because I pinned another video in the comments, the second video did really well also. Yeah. Yeah, so you create that chain.
You create a loop. You create a content loop. Right. Yeah, all of my videos have something pinned. Something relevant. Has to be relevant.
I think I pinned Bobstar X in my last one. But outside of that, though, outside of that, though, I've got, I've got links in almost all of them.
All right, Bobstar X, man, nice of you to join us. Hope you're doing well, Bobstar. Saw you doing, got your push-up game going on, Bobstar X. See, Tom Nash says, Back to the Future is the greatest movie of all times. Field of Dreams, close second. What are you talking about, Tom? Glue Guns N' Roses says, pinned comments work 100%. Absolutely. You can even watch it in your stats. So you have a video go live, and you need views to be able to see it. You have to put a video live, pin a relevant video, and then go in and
go watch the real time of the other one.
Go watch the real time of the other video. You might not get a ton.
That's if you're getting like if you publish and you get a surge of traffic,
right?
Like that's when you see it.
Depending on how many views you get, it might not be a huge bump, but you will get a bump. People, absolutely. And here's the thing:
scale that over your library.
Exactly.
Yeah, scale it over the library, and boom,
scaled across the entire library. And as your channel grows, man, video gets shared out of the blue, or YouTube says, "Hey, we're going to start suggesting this out of nowhere," and all of a sudden you've got 2 videos coming up, right? What is going on? Here's a Thelma Thrift says, "Okay, we got Thelma Thrift." Brian on the go. Good morning. RPM Nexus, what's up?
Yeah, and keep in mind too, like you can go, like that's not something where you're like messing with your metadata. So like you can go through and you can do that to like any videos that you have online. You can go through and you can just start doing that.
David says, I always put comments, but I haven't put a video link for a next relevant videos. I always get a lot of YouTube work whenever I watch you guys. Yeah, so that's the thing you can do. Like, you know what? I'll pull up mine right now. So this actually works really, really well. Let me pull up. I'll show you exactly what I do. And this works really well for me. Give me just a second here. I'm pulling it up. Get to my videos here. Come on. Where are you at? I'm going to pull up. Oh, let's see here. Hold on. Whoop. I can't get these to pull up. It's funny how that works. Like every time you try to do something, like, hey, I want to pull it up. And then the internet's like, nope, not going to happen. Let me see here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
And real quick, also.
Yeah.
Real quick, also for anybody that didn't know about that pinned comment, after D finishes his stream, there's a video on my channel. I think I might have 2 of them now, called something about like a watch time trap in the thumbnail.
Right.
Go watch that video, because it's about that, and it's about, you know, some other things that you can also do to, you know, to create that whole thing.
Right. Yeah, there's lots of little things that you can do. The idea is you want people to continue watching your content, right? YouTube's going to reward you not only, you know, to have them binge watching your content, but also keeping them on the platform. Right. Keep them in the last thing you want to do also is send them off the platform. You know, hey, go check out my Facebook page. Bye. Right. You know, I mean, of course, there's a time and place for that, but all right. So here's what we got. So this particular video, best video editing apps for 2019, 13,000 views. And then come down to
Shelly saves the day. What's up?
Hey, Shelly, how you doing? And then come down to the pinned comment. Basically, make my own comment. I always put an emoji in there, something to grab their attention. And then I put watch next, the best free editing apps, and I link out to it.
LaKayla Jacobs, what's up?
And by doing that and keeping it relevant, like if you just watched my video on editing apps, then there's a good chance you want to watch the best free editing apps, right? So like that video definitely got a boost. And it still gets a boost.
Susan Taylor Brown, what's up?
More people
Wang
coming
Soy,
in.
What's up?
LaKayla Jacobs, what's going on? Super Geeks, what is going on? Wang Sui, session time. Yeah, so Shelly saves the day. How are you doing, by the way? I think you're snowed in, or you're pretty close to it. I think Seattle got dumped on recently.
Did they?
I think so.
Tell you what, man, that's one thing that I'm happy about, is not having to deal with snow. Like I love what it looks like. I love waking up when there's snow outside. I love waking up and looking outside and seeing that and being like, oh, nice, it snowed. It looks beautiful. Like, especially when like nobody's walked on it yet and all that. Like, I love seeing it. But man, when it comes time to actually go out into the world, not a fan of snow. And feeling the cold involved with snow, also not a fan there. The last time I saw snow was with you when we were in Tokyo.
Japan, yeah. I don't mind snow if I'm totally prepared for snow. But like usually when you're around snow, like back in the States, right? Midwest, winter comes in and you've got to go somewhere and you want to, maybe you're dressed nice. You got to go somewhere. You're not putting on your Arctic stuff. Right. You're not putting on like 2 layers of like, you know, thermal underwear and like your snow pants to like go out to dinner. Like normal stuff. You're going out with like jeans on and like, it's like, come on. That's rough. But if you're like prepared for it, it doesn't bother me that bad, other than my face. Okay, so I'm gonna call it a wrap. I've actually been going for 3 hours. Nice. Thank you guys. I know some of you have been hanging out. Hey, what's up,
Weird Heather?
Weird Heather finally made it in. What's up, Weird Heather? Hope you were doing well. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm going for 3 hours. And I'm going to, it is 2 a.m. here in Thailand. So thank you for hanging out. Some of you have been here the entire time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Moderators, thank you for holding it down. And if you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, followed by the bell notification so you don't miss any awesome mobile tips from Dave. Yeah, and you know what I need to do before I actually wrap it up? Let me see what I got going on here. Hold on. I need to make sure, flash in your pan. Thank you so much for the Twitter share. Much appreciated. David Snyder, thank you for the Twitter share. I love this, man. He keeps putting his, he's raising his boy right. Look at that. He's got his boy in the crib watching me in the background.
Nice. That's awesome.
Sweet little baby. Dude, that's so awesome. I got to retweet that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Adeep Turwa. Adeep, are you in here? So Adeep Turwa, one of the community members from India, he came in here, I think 2 weeks ago, and he was asking, hey, his wife was in a beauty pageant in India. And he's like, hey, can you guys go vote for her? Normally, I would never send anybody off, hey, go to Facebook and vote. Yeah. But they did. Nice. But I was like, let's do it. Yeah. So they went over and they voted for her. And then everybody came back, and he just posted an update on Twitter. And here's him and his wife who took 3rd place. Oh, nice. Awesome. Adeep, if you're in here, man, that's awesome. I'm happy for you guys. I love that. Absolutely love that. Oops. Make sure I got everybody. Beanie Draws, grow your mind and skills. Dude, I love that. He actually took the screenshot with you in the channel. And the funny thing is, when people actually see this, they're going to think it was photoshopped on. Yeah. Little did they know that we've created a thought bubble. I love it, man. Cooking with Chris, thanks, man. RPM Nexus, he's got his little girl watching too. See, I got to watch what I say now. Look, there's like little kids.
I know all these little kids. I know.
Right?
Yeah.
First of all, what you guys...
This is the importance of having family-friendly stuff. I just want to highlight that really quick, is because situations like this, like if we were just like potty mouths,
filth, floor, and filth,
right,
floor, and filth.
Right, filth, floor, and filth. Then in that case, then like people wouldn't have like their kids hanging out while they're watching, which would limit people being able to consume the content.
Yeah. What do you guys think in letting your kids watch this? I'd never even had kids, so they wouldn't have to watch this. Blackjack, you
Young
too.
food, our pleasure.
Thanks for the share. Snowy Rains, thank you so much for the share. Much appreciated. You know what? I'm going to retweet that and beanies because that's just... People are going to say, oh, it's Photoshop, but nope. That's how we roll now. What do we got here? 30-day reviews. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. David Snyder, thanks, brother. Much appreciated. Mia Diva Rodriguez, thank you so much. YouTube Gamer, thank you, man. Much appreciated. Booga Wooga, thank you. Cricket, Charmaine, thank you. Your Real Estate Whisperer already got you. Okay, guys, thank you so much. So much. Man, what an awesome... 3 hours just blew by tonight.
Goes quick,
just,
man.
Woof. And the funny thing is when I started, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do many channel reviews. I'm just going to do a couple. Ended up doing... I thought maybe I'd do like maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, so... That's how it goes. So anyway, thanks again. I will see you next Saturday on Nimmin Live with this guy sitting over here in my thoughts.
Your thoughts?
This guy, get out of my head.
No,
Nick, get out of my head, Nick. And then I'll see you again next Sunday. And I think I'm going to publish a video earlier. Like I normally do like Wednesday and Friday, but I came in here early. And I filmed most of my video already. Mm-hmm. I might release it tomorrow or Tuesday because people are having problems with changing their channel banner now on the mobile app.
Yeah, good.
So that's gone.
Good. Yeah,
it is Google Plus related.
Okay,
gone. So yeah, I'm gonna update early, or I will.
Are you gonna go with a shock title like Google Plus is trying to stamp out small or mobile creators?
Maybe.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna clickbait that.
Oh my gosh, what?
Leron says, see you guys back in the stateside and see you next Nimmin Live stream.
See you, man. Hey, Leron, are you going to Social Media Marketing World?
All right. Right on, guys. So again, yeah. See you guys next Saturday and then see you next Sunday. Have an awesome week. Thanks for hanging out and see you next time.